Hey, we're on time tonight. Hello, viewer. Today it is a Sunday. It is an August 13th, 2023. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all doing very well today. On this evening's stream / podcast, we are discussing the goings on this week in the entertainment and on the social media. But before we begin, and you know it is a big but, you can find us here on the YouTube, but you already know that. Or if you prefer your entertainments in podcast form, we are also on Spotify. The links are in the description. So if you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, there is lots to get through. Shall we get them guests out? I think we should. Okay, so first up, from a VPN far, far away, it is the golden reach around droid of choice, Z3PIO.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Brown, and hello to everybody in the chat. Glad to be
Hello
with
there,
you
my
once more.
friend. How are you?
I'm very good, sir. Waiting to disseminate this week's musings and goings on in the world.
Speaking of inseminate, how's Uncle Owen?
Recovering, sir. He seems to have contracted some sort of droid pox from somebody. I can't think who it is.
Didn't they do that story in what program was it? On Star Wars. Disney bollocks. Recent program. Bag of shit.
You could be speaking about any Disney Star Wars.
Okay, we'll move on. So, are you good, my friend?
I most certainly am. Shall we bring on a retrobate?
I think we should. Great to have you on, mate. Okay, next, the chat favourite and our favourite. It is Vex Electronica. Hello, Vex.
Hello. Hi.
How's that internet this week?
It's doing phenomenal,
Alex?
actually.
We can still hear you, so yes.
You can hear me? Okay, that's why I paused in
Yes.
case I was breaking up again.
Alex, how's it going, Vex?
I'm doing phenomenal for the first time in like 8 weeks. How about you, Brown?
I wished I was phenomenal. Everything going well?
Yeah, I'm just super calm right now. It feels really weird to not
What?
be stressed out. Yeah.
We've come to the wrong place.
Maybe. Yeah, I did hear that Z was inseminating something, though. I'm very curious.
Don't worry, we'll
It wasn't
scrub
me.
him
You can't
later.
prove anything.
I think there's a bit of a delay on the line. So, how's your channel going, my dear?
It's been quiet just because I haven't uploaded anything, but there's a Oppenheimer review up there.
Oh, nice.
And then Blue Beetle will be next week, and I got my tickets all set up.
Oh,
Yeah, that's gonna be a shit show in itself.
just think ka-ching. That's ka-ching.
Mm-hmm.
Great to have you on, Vex. Shall we get the next bod out?
Let's do it.
Okay. He is the backbone of Sunday nights. And you know I genuinely love this guy. And you know it is the fantastic Matt Cat 83.
What's up, nerds? I genuinely like you too.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm getting over being sick, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Coof?
I don't know. I was just
Flu, right?
I was just in bed for 3 days and then, just like recovering over little things after that.
If you catch the flu, they will rebrand it to Coof.
I mean, that's true.
How's the channel going, my friend?
It's going pretty good. I think I'll reach 6,000 subscribers by the
Aw.
end of this year. You know, it's slowly but surely, but
Slow and steady.
yeah, exactly.
You
so.
deserve more subs.
thank
If
you.
there's
That's very-
one person on YouTube, other than myself, obviously, it's
Of
you.
course. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
Come on, guys, get those stooge accounts fired up.
Right on. Yeah.
I mean, I have 2,000 stooge accounts, and they're all subscribed to this channel.
That explains so much.
Oh yes, it's the way forward, folks. So great to have you on, Matt.
Yes,
Shall
thank you.
we get the next bod?
Absolutely. Do it.
Okay, and last but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. He is the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz.
Hello. Not eating today. Although
What?
I should eat actually. I should get myself. I've got myself a drink, but I should really
I'm
eat.
disappointed you're not eating.
Is it an alcoholic beverage?
Yes, it is actually.
Nice. What is it?
Lemonade.
It's no. It's always a JD because I like JD. So
Oh, right on.
JD. It's sometimes it's straight. Sometimes it's got some Coke in it.
Right on. Yeah, that's how you do
Loads
it.
of ice though. Yeah.
No. Ice.
Cool.
Ew. Ice.
I love.
everything.
I know.
On
I
the
love
rock.
ice in every drink. I can't
Right on.
drink anything without no ice for some
Wait,
reason.
Gotcha.
Do you put ice in your wine then?
No. Wine's
Oh.
different, isn't it? Wine's
I don't
Yeah,
drink wine.
Why? Wine is delicious. So good.
Mm.
Delicious.
Delicious. Oh my god, when we're done, I have the best story to tell you about my mother.
Can you not share it live?
Last time
Okay.
you said
No,
she was
can't-
right.
She's
okay?
well, she's still recovering from hip surgery because
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like a
Evening
process
chats.
and everything. But no, if she's listening, because sometimes she listens to
Oh,
these,
I
and I
see.
don't want to I don't
We
want
need
to
your mum to come on here.
oh, no, because it ruined the voice. Like my voice, the voice I do for her is not the same. But yeah, she'd be fun though. She wouldn't know what you're talking about. I'll tell you that right now.
Mega Geek, this one's for you. Do you want to have a look?
It's shit, yes. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from actually. Do I say that a lot? I
You
don't
do.
know.
yeah,
Yes.
you do. You
Oh,
do.
do I? Oh,
Yes.
I explained that.
Especially when we're reviewing Star Wars stuff.
Oh god, yeah.
Shit. Okay, so great to have you here, everybody. Shall we say hello to the chat? Hello, chat. We can see
Hey,
you.
chat.
Hi, chat.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, chat. Hello.
Here we go. 157.
Yes. 157. End of week musings. Sunday, August 13, 2023.
God, 2023.
Please don't. If you have made it this far and enjoying whatever this is, you know what to do.
Yes.
Clicks
Subscribe.
right there. Clicks. And obviously, if you're feeling generous, you also know what to do. Okay,
Speaking
so
of shit,
Yeah. you know
Took
not
the
to watch the show this
words
show.
right out of my mouth.
Don't watch this show. Absolute bollocks.
yeah.
One of the reasons why Matt Cat is the backbone of this channel on a Sunday is because he does all the heavy lifting. He does the tough jobs we don't want to do. So over
I
to
do
you,
watch a lot of
Matt.
crap. This was a terrible finale. This season was terrible. It was mediocre at best because there were some things that I did like visually and stuff. But the season finale, they did a to be continue, which I'm all like, they're trying to copy. Oh shoot, what was that one with Locutus? And they're like,
Best of both worlds.
yeah, thank you. Sorry, I had a mind meld for a second. Anyways, but
Nice.
they ended it on to be continued. I'm like, and it wasn't like you didn't even care. Like I'm all like, I don't even give a shit what happens next. So like it wasn't like suspenseful, and the episode was very like mediocre, and I just didn't care whatsoever. So I'm all like, I don't give a shit if the crew dies or they leave them to die or they don't die. I don't care. I just don't care. The show, the I don't know. It was just really bad. Like so they said so season 1 I thought was okay, and I was like, oh, well,
Same
this
here,
has
same here, same
yeah.
here.
I was like, there's
Potential.
hope here. There's hope.
Oh, yes.
And then so this season. I read an interview, and this was a while ago, where the creators said that it was going to be episode, like it was going to be standalone episodes, but then it was going to be an overarching storyline. But I didn't get any of that. I don't know what the overarching storyline is. They brought back the Gorn in this last episode, and I'm all like, okay, thank you. It's very much they had the crossover episode, which sucked. They had the musical episode, which sucked. They had the third episode, which is the trial episode, which sucked in my opinion.
Shite.
And I'm just like, where is the good episodes in this season? Like, there's none to be had. And the thing is, I like most of these actors, but it's just not good. It's just not good. And I just wish that they would either do a course correct or just end it, because I've had enough of this nonsense. And I'm not gonna lie, I do watch this because it's Star Trek, and I'm like, how can I not watch Star Trek? But it's a little grating. Like, you're just trying to get through the episode, and you're like, can you please just hurry it up? I'm like, this is nonsense. And listen, I've had enough of this terribleness. So that's my thoughts on this season finale. It was shit. It was pure shit.
Didn't this show just start? I feel like it just started like 3 weeks ago.
No, it's been this season was
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
What?
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares about this show anymore.
Yeah, because
Nobody
they've
cares.
squandered their opportunity to do something half
Well, the thing
decent
is,
again.
you that's the reason why I didn't watch season 1, is because I knew this was going to happen. It was like a foregone conclusion that they were going to do this. Yet idiots still had faith in it. And it's like, well, no, we know what they're doing.
Cheers,
So.
Here you go, Princess Pants on off at Matt's eye. That's you, Catty. It's not Star Trek. It is ST cosplay.
You're so
it's not
right.
That good.
You're
it's not
right.
That good.
It's
The biggest criticism that I hear online is it's not made for you, whereas original Star Trek was made for everybody.
Exactly.
Who's it made for then?
Exactly. Like, I hate when people say that shit too, because I'm like, if it's not made for me, then obviously you didn't want to make any money. Because like I'm the one, like Paramount Plus, I'm ready to drop it off because there's no more Star Trek. I mean, Discovery's coming back on, but I'm like, I can just get this shit through Amazon. Why do I even have Paramount Plus? I'm like, it's not good. There's nothing on here that I enjoy. I have it mostly for my wife because I think she watched. I think it's what's that one with
Tulsa King's on it?
Yeah, the other cowboy show. What's that cowboy? Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, my wife watches that. She really likes it a lot. But I'm like, other than that, I'm like, I don't think I watch anything else on here.
Have you seen Tulsa King?
I have not.
Over here,
it's brilliant.
Over here, we have Paramount Plus connected with Sky. So if we have Sky, Paramount Plus comes free. But I heard today that Disney, right? So over here you'd pay £4. I think it's £4.99 to have Disney every month. Now it's gone up to £10. They put it up to 10 quid every month now. So it's like, thank God I haven't got Disney because it's shit anyway.
They
but
did.
Come on, £10 every month. Is it worth £10? I don't think.
Negative.
So.
Wow.
Is that with the ads or without the ads? Because I think for me, I think they upped it to. I think it's $13.
We'll get to that later. There's a little.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm trying to debate if I want to keep Disney or not.
Should we have a mass debate over it?
No.
Okay.
Can I film?
I mean, nobody wants to see me. I'm gross. Nobody wants to
trust
see
me, I can give you some very good angles, Matt. Don't worry about it.
All right, fine, I'm sold.
I know some tricks you wouldn't believe.
All right, we'll collab.
You've heard of Dutch angles.
I haven't, but
angles.
I don't know what that is.
Okay,
Once
here we
you
go.
go droid, you're never annoyed.
Princess Hansomerov for $2. It is made for, I don't like this word, retreads.
Yeah, it really is bad. And they did have an opportunity. Like I said, I thought season 1 was just okay, and I was like, I see potential, but they just
decent episodes in there.
Yeah, they just squandered it.
They killed the best character off though, which was
Hemmer. Yeah.
Do you know? I don't think looking back now, I don't think that was the moment when what little hope we had for something reasonable. I think that proved to me that they just didn't have a clue what they were doing.
Yeah.
Hemo was fantastic.
He was a good character, and they just keep rehashing old projects that, like, for instance, in the final episode in this one, they did Alien, they did the tail coming down from a gore, and I'm all like, oh, that's so Alien. And then they I'm trying to think of something else. I lost my train of thought. But like, they just keep copying other stuff, and I'm all like, do these people have an original idea or original thought? Like, I just don't understand. And why would you want to copy somebody else's idea or their project? Because I just go, people like myself point it out, and we just go, you're a fucking hack. And I just go, why wouldn't you want to put your own idea out? To me, that's more satisfying when you put your own. When you put your own idea out there. I find that more satisfying than copying somebody else something that somebody else already did. And yeah.
Okay. So we've been told we're getting bogged down. So
I apologize.
To summarize, Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
It's bollocks.
There was hope. There was hope, but we ended up with no hope.
Yeah,
there's no hope.
Even Bob Hope would have been better.
There's no hope at all.
Every
week you say the same thing about this show. It's the same thing.
True.
It's bollocks. It's bollocks.
That's true. Can I say one thing though? I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to Discovery season 5 because it's gonna be so trash that I'm gonna love shitting all over it. I'm excited to crap all over it. It's so good.
Okay, so another missed opportunity. Let's move on.
I still haven't watched this.
Anybody watching this?
Me neither.
I literally just watched this week's episode, and it was heavy Jamaican content.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way. It made me chuckle.
Okay.
I love Jamaica. Futurama, folks. 3 episodes in. It's good. You should be watching it.
Yeah, I'm planning on starting this series. I had to wait until Star Trek was over with because I don't like the free time that I have. I'm all like, I'm watching shit that I have to review, and I'm like, ugh, this is no fun. But
here you go, Franco Walker can't get Hulu.
Hulu's on Sky, but I can't be asked. You have to pay for it.
Franco, there's ways to get things without having to pay for it. Just a heads up.
That is true.
Which we don't condone, by the way. Hostman, the Bank of Hostman, Socrates, Calculon lives. It does. Karanatos, rip, Calculon. Yes. Okay. And Atom Grey. Oh, sorry, chat moved up. Somehow, Calculon returned. He did. Okay. Check it out, everybody. It's still decent. Thank God. Who's eating?
Someone's eating ice. That's what I hear.
I've got nuts. Uncle Owen.
Yeah.
In my mouth.
Yeah, you got these nuts in your mouth.
Here we go. Critical drinker popped this one in. Ridley Scott regrets directing Alien Covenants instead of Blade Runner 2049.
Well, they were both rubbish.
They were both.
They were both rubbish. Yeah. So what's he talking about?
No, disagree.
Which one? What, Blade Runner 2049 you thought was good?
I should not have made this decision, but I had to do it. I should have done Blade Runner.
No, you shouldn't have, because it was
2049.
It was absolute crap.
And he didn't have to make Alien Covenant.
Exactly. He didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, he could have left that for somebody else to do, and they might have done it better. And I've never been a Blade Runner fan, anyways. But Blade Runner 2049 was just shit. I'm sorry.
It was.
I didn't like that movie at all. And
right.
I'm sorry.
I'm going on about how big. Harrison Ford's back in it, and in the film he was like he wasn't even half in the movie. It was a big waste of my time, and it was just so slow and dull and boring.
And
bear with me, folks.
So crap.
Bear with me. Jim D. I love Blade Runner 2049. It's a fantastic movie. Moloch.
That's why so many people went to see it, right? That's why it's such a huge hit.
Smilex.
Right?
I like Blade Runner.
Well, I'm glad other
That's
people.
great. Blah, blah,
I'm glad they liked it though. This is the thing about Blade Runner 2049. When I
Bin.
watched it, I liked. Didn't we see Ana de Armas naked in that one or topless? I like that part. If I
no, she was
remember
the
correctly.
AI. She was.
She was an AI.
Yeah, wasn't she topless though? If I remember
I
correctly.
can't remember.
Yeah, I only saw it the once. I just remember at the end I was like, oh, I just wasted 2
Here
hours.
you go, Nerdy Film
Exactly.
Girl, 2049. Stunning.
Well, it was visually pleasing,
These
but
people don't know fuck all.
No, we know that we know all there is to know. You know why? Because this film was a huge flop, right? You can't justify this boring, long, drawn out rubbish and say it's great, because it isn't, because the people
Much like
have
this channel.
spoken. They didn't go to see this movie. So there
Well,
you go.
I did. So
Being scary, and the original Blade Runner was a flop, but it's
It
now
was
a
of
cult
course.
classic and iconic. Maybe in 20
Yes.
years from now, we'll
Oh,
look back on
boy.
2049 and say the same thing.
See,
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably.
this
I
is
doubt it somehow.
2049 in one sentence. Cosmic Castaway.
I'm just happy.
2049.
Sorry.
You will be. Was the most unnecessary film ever made.
It was.
Well, you've not
I'm just
seen
so
Bad Day,
happy.
but
Nobody is defending Alien Covenant because then,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there,
Oh
then there
no,
would be a
Melvin
problem.
said that he
God.
really liked it.
What? How? I don't understand how anybody liked Alien Covenant. What a complete waste of time
I
that movie
kind
was.
of liked it.
What? The
Get in the
whole,
bin.
Th-
Get
there's-
in-
Of,
I don't understand how it wasn't. It wasn't Alien anything.
It
I
wasn't,
was like,
yeah.
it was just a big. It was so stupid. It was so stupid.
It was the Tumblr equivalent of a movie
Right,
script,
exa-
and
right.
someone
was
gave it a green light, and it was so
Prometheus, I was
absolutely
disappointed.
stupid.
Prometheus was
was
stupid
the one.
too.
Prometheus, at least I could give it a little bit of leeway there if it didn't try to tie into the Alien universe at the end.
Yeah,
it could have been its
exactly.
own thing, and it would have been far better.
Agreed.
Yeah, I just I didn't like any of those movies, but
I'm sorry, but 2049, whatever that film's called, is not going to be a classic as the years go on. People are going to realize that this film is absolute bollocks. It looks nice,
Well,
but it's absolutely
I've seen it
rubbish.
twice and I like it a lot.
Well, that's you, isn't it?
It's not canon. It's not proper canon with Blade Runner, but
All
it's,
right.
as a proper, well, just as a separate piece of entertainment, a love letter to the original. I like it. Well shot, well acted, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I
Sometimes,
like
you
it.
know, when critics like a movie, right? Sometimes, you know, it's like a disease. It spreads out a bit, and then people go, "Oh yeah," because their critic liked it. I liked it, and then they're convinced that they liked it. But then years later, when you watch this film again, you'll realize how crap this film is. It really is
Oh,
rubbish.
It's shit.
There's one scene in it where the guy was walking, right, with Ryan Gosling in this place, right, and he was going to take him somewhere. And I swear that guy took 5 minutes just to get there, just walking.
Oh, and that's what
I
and
was
that's
like,
why
what the fuck?
That's why I loved it. That's why I loved it.
hated it. I was
It
like,
was a
yeah.
unnecessary.
It was a
Unnecessary
film where you
rubbish.
just sat back and you just sat in the theatre, big screen, great sound for
pillow.
the experience. Put your phone away, watch some cinema, blah blah blah.
That is not
I'm
cinema.
right,
That's
you're
the
wrong.
height of pretentiousness. That's what it is. And it's
Well,
absolutely
that's probably why we
nonsense.
liked it then.
And you should never listen to critics anyway. I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
more films and TV series get 100% over the last 3 years than I ever have before, and none of them deserve it.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
true. Good Are you moving your head like that?
I was.
Question before we move on then. Has Ridley Scott become an overrated director?
Yes,
Ridley
he's lost
Scott
it.
needs to go and take his medication and just die in an old age home like he's
Oh,
meant to at
that's
this
Oh,
point.
Oh,
I
that
wouldn't
come
say
on.
I'm sorry, the man has no good creativity or ideas left in him. I
No,
think
I
everything
agree.
he's done in the last 20 years says enough
Ooh.
right there.
Yowza.
He's
Yeah.
done. He needs to just retire, enjoy his old age, and be done with it. I don't want to see anything from Ridley Scott anymore.
You're going to go watch Napoleon?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
No,
see that.
yes. I think the last good film was Martian. I enjoyed The Martian.
Never seen it.
Oh yeah, The
Yeah,
Martian
that-
was all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But but I really liked that book, so
Mm.
I thought the movie.
What
did
was
a good
that?
job.
What was the medieval movie that he did with?
I can't remember.
With
With
him-
the Irish guy.
him out of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Him
Oh.
out who in Pirates of the Caribbean?
I'm
It's very
no,
Johnny.
I'm-
Johnny Depp? Was it Johnny Depp?
No, the English geezer
The English
oh,
geezer.
who he married Katy Perry. I can't remember
Yeah,
his
what
name.
is
Orlando Bloom?
Thank you. Yeah, Orlando Bloom.
Yes, thank you, Jay. Thank you.
That had that Irish fella in it, didn't it? I can't remember the guy's name. Farrell, Colin Farrell. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
We watched it while we were high from raving. God, I was bored.
Yeah.
Of all the
Sure
movies
you
to
wasn't
watch
watched
while you're
20,
while you're high.
49.
We were all looking for. Well, all my friends were looking forward to it, but I thought, what? And it was shite. He has lost it, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, because I didn't like.
I'll agree.
I didn't like his last like 2 movies. What was it? The House of Gucci. I thought that was terrible. And then I didn't like The Last Duel either. I thought it was just boring. So
I think he's just looking for films to direct now. I don't think. I actually think he's okay, but I do know a lot of people that know him, especially when he was starting out, and they said that he didn't know what he was doing, especially when he was directing Alien. A lot of people lie that he knew what he was doing, but he didn't. But
It was a
who
team
knows
effort,
if that's
that,
true or
wasn't
not?
it?
Sorry, say again.
It was a team effort, Alien,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
All the best movies are a team effort.
I think
So,
he
you
just
know, I
lucked
mean-
out, in all honesty, and that's why he
I
has the
agree, yeah.
popularity he does now.
Oh, probably. I don't know. But a lot of my friends says that when he was directing Alien, he was too scared to talk to the actors. So when everybody says, "Oh, the acting's so
Oh, okay.
natural in Aliens," is because he didn't give them any direction. But that, I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I was told by a couple of my friends. Yeah.
Living on past glories, I feel. Although Iceman says, hello, Iceman, Ridley Scott is one of the greatest directors ever.
I mean,
No, he's not, because we got the Mega Geek. He's the greatest.
I did like what was that film with the one we went to with Michael Douglas, Black Rain? I liked that film, Black Rain. That was something. It was quite well shot. And you remember Black Rain? Anyone? Michael Douglas.
Yes. What did he direct that one?
He directed that. Yeah, he directed that.
Okay.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
Black
okay.
Rain was all right. Yeah, it was all right.
And Black Hawk Down was quite good. I really liked that one.
yeah.
You know,
I take
so
it all
he's done
back.
some
That's
really
a
good
great
films.
movie.
Thelma and Louise was a great movie. You know, he's done some really good movies. I think I agree with Vex. I think now he's just doing anything, you know, and
Keep
just,
busy.
yeah, just to keep
I mean,
busy.
I can pass a test too. I mean, just because he made a couple good movies doesn't mean that he's going to make good movies every single time or forever.
That's true.
And I mean,
Yeah,
like,
go on.
yeah, these movies that Iceman listed, they're good movies.
Well,
but
let's-
those,
These are all over 20 years ago.
yeah,
though.
exactly. That you have to look at his recent record, because I'm sorry, you're only as good as the last movie you made. I'm sorry, that's just how it is these days,
Yeah, look
especially
at
in
Ian's.
Hollywood.
Wow.
So, but I mean, like, and I'm not saying he's a bad director. I'm just saying his last 2 movies were, I think they were The Duel and The House of Gucci, right? Or I don't know if I'm right.
House
Okay.
of Gucci,
But
yeah.
I didn't like House of Gucci like at all. And the last duel, is it The Last Duel? I don't remember what it's called. But that one was boring. I thought it was boring. Although I'm not gonna lie, I am looking forward to Napoleon. It looks good. So he could have a hit on his hands with Napoleon.
Okay, then. Quick question for each of you. One film out of that chat. So, Ian, one film to pick out of those.
Alien.
Catty,
Alien.
Z,
Alien.
Vex.
Just skipped over me and went to Z, huh? Alien.
Saving
for
the best
Alien's
while
one of my
last.
favorite films. Of
Yeah,
all time.
Alien. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I still get scared when what's his face turns the little flamethrower and the alien's just like at him. I'm like, ah. Like, yeah. I get scared every single time. I'm like, this movie is so good.
Alien is great. I have a newfound love for Blade Runner. Gladiator, I like. Black Hawk Down, really, really good.
I love Black Hawk Down. Yeah.
I think if I want I'm going to go for a war boner, folks. I'm going to go for Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. That was well shot. It really looked beautiful, Black Hawk Down.
Oh,
as
it's
far as I was
fantastic.
concerned.
It's a great
Yeah.
film.
He's really good at that, you know, having his films look highly glossed. That's what he's really, him and his brother, you know, because if you look at Beverly Hills Cop,
Oh,
the
Tony
first
Scott,
one, when then Tony Scott took over and everything looked so glossy in the second one, which kind of destroyed the whole idea of him coming from Detroit. So, but anyway, whatever.
Detroit.
Here you go, Jeffrey Spinner. Was it Spiner? Why do you guys like watching soldiers getting slaughtered? Well, we don't. We just like war movies.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
old
real.
School, you see.
It's real. Soldiers don't always win and come home.
World
Sometimes
War
it's-
II movies are fantastic, but that's what I watched when I was growing up. But anyway, should we move on?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Oh,
Okay.
3.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. I was in two minds whether to put this in, but I thought we'll put it in. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will begin filming scenes without actors from September until the strike ends, with a fair deal for writers and actors.
Yeah.
The reason why I put this in is because we're getting the third film purely because the director listened
Oh,
to the commentary.
mm-hmm.
So from the comments about when they, they did a really shitty,
Mm-hmm.
First design of a Sonic. Yeah.
and he listened.
I mean,
3 films later,
yeah, I mean, it's the first one and the second one was very enjoyable. You know
Mhm.
what? I put this film with. I think Paddington was better, but when it comes to kids' movies, especially as an adult, the 2 kids' movies I enjoyed immensely was the first Sonic the Hedgehog film and the first Paddington movie. They were both fantastic.
They are
The
fantastic.
second one was good, and the second Paddington was even better than the first Paddington. So God bless them. Hope they make more because I enjoyed this stuff that they're coughing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're really good. They're faithful to the source, the Sonic the Source material, and yeah, the second movie was really good.
Yeah.
I've not seen the second one. I really,
It's
really
good. It's a good
enjoyed
follow-up.
I really enjoyed the first one. I even went to the theater to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I even thought Jim Carrey was funny in the first
Yeah.
one.
yeah, he's great.
So
I
the
just-
second one really good, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
liked it. I
That
liked it
was
a lot.
good, yeah.
For what it is, right? You're not going in expecting a masterpiece, but for a video
Yeah.
game adaptation, it's a
Mhm.
lot of fun. It doesn't push any messaging or anything in there. You just have a good time.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. If you're expecting
Like
an
what we used
Oscar
to.
winner, then you're way too high in expectations.
Hmm
Well, you didn't get Sonic, doing interviews going, well, I'm not going to rescue
Right?
with Tails or, whatever. Do you know what I mean? We're going to change the whole thing.
Isn't there a TV series on the way as well with Tails?
I hope not.
No, it's sorry, it's Knuckles. Hold on, I have to clear my throat. Yeah, no, it's Knuckles for well, if they're still doing it, I don't know what they're doing, but it's supposed to be Knuckles, the red character from
right.
the last movie.
Do you know what these filmmakers have to realize? That if they give us too much of something, the something becomes worthless. Do you know what I mean? They have to give us something and then wait a while so that so we can digest the first
Well,
one, and then give us the second one within a good space of time, instead of keep lumping us with one after the other, and then we get used to it, and then we don't want to watch it anymore.
I agree. I think that you go ahead, read this thing if you want. Yeah.
Aftermath in the chat. He's not even a hedgehog, Up close, you can see he's just an enormous blue rat. Go on, Catty.
Well, I was just gonna say I agree with you that too much can be to the point where you don't want to watch it anymore. I think that though it takes so long for them to make these movies because of the digital effects and stuff that I don't think that when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog, if they take a break after the third one and they make a Knuckles TV show, which I think will take even longer to make, I think it'll be enough to for where audiences aren't, they just like, oh, this is too much. Because I don't feel with Sonic that I'm overloaded with Sonic content.
No, you're right.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree. Like, if you just keep pumping out movie after movie and TV show after TV show, then it's like Marvel. You just get to the point where, like, I'm not interested in this more because it's all shit and you're not even trying anymore. So,
Because
but
if they
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. I'm done.
If they make a TV show, then it's just more of this. Really, they shouldn't. They should, finish this one and then wait a while and then bring. Do you remember when the Star Wars films came out and then, Empire Strikes Back came out, and you were dying for more. You had to wait. How many years? I think
3.
it was
3. I know.
years
It's
to
like,
see. You know. And then when it came out, you were all over the cinema. You're like the first one there and stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's got films today. They've got to generate that. First of all, got to give you what you want as a cinema
customer.
goer, and then wait a while. Really, like maybe 3 years, maybe 2 years, and then give us more what we want. That's what you need to
No,
do.
not anymore. It's consume. You know that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sonic is doing it like, so it's 2 years between each movie. I was just looking at when the last ones came out, but we're not being bombarded by anything. So I
No.
think the pacing for this is I'm
It's
okay
good.
with the 2 years, given that
I'll
I'm not
do that. Yeah,
being given
Yeah.
all this other stuff in between.
yeah.
Yep.
2 years. Perfect.
That's good
plus-
enough. Yeah.
Plus, it'll be interesting to see with the Knuckles show. If I think they're saying isn't it a prequel? So I think that it'll be. I think that it'll be a good time period in between both a TV show and a movie.
Right then. I think I'm going to watch Sonic 2 this week.
Yeah,
It's
good.
fun. It's very fun. You can just turn your brain off and enjoy it.
Jim Carrey's just fantastic when he's
A lot of fun.
mad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shall we move on then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody see this? David Zaslav was trying to cut Turner Classic Movies, the service.
Mm-hmm.
Fired a load of people. I think they actually removed it from the UK, and there was a bit of what it says there. There's been an uproar because people feel Turner Classic Movies is a bit of an institution
How
It's
so?
been around a long time. Hasn't
where you can watch all the classic movies, hence
Mm.
classic movies.
Mm-hmm.
People just want to watch old stuff that's good. I think even Ryan Reynolds was going on about this, and you can't get rid of Turner Classic Movies.
I agree. I
Yeah.
like Turner Classic
Oh my god,
movies.
I love Turner Classic movies.
Yeah.
I
So,
can't
there
wait.
you go. Nerdy. Yes.
Yeah, it's so good. I remember watching movies when I was really little on Turner Classic Movies. I just sit there with my twin brother and we'd watch it like every Friday night.
Yeah.
I'd watch
remember
I
too.
remember watching Maltese Falcon for the first time on Turner
Oh,
Classic Movies.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and I just remember watching all the I watched
Yeah.
the Red Shoes for the first
And also
time.
the Dirty Harry movies. I remember
Yeah,
sitting watching
yeah.
3 in a row. Dirty Harry movies.
Yeah,
They're
and it's
really
just it's just so like Film Girl said, Turner Classic Movies is a necessity. It's and I think that Ian, you can speak to this. I think that it also helps with future directors in like how to make
Exactly.
a movie
Yep.
with such a for a limited space and everything. I just
Yep.
there's a lot of things you can like learn and appreciate about old black and white
course.
movies.
where it
and-
is.
And I think again, it's a necessity.
Here you go, folks. Cosmic Castaway. TCM bought up the rights to most of the American classic film canon. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about
Question.
David. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Okay.
finish your thought.
I was just saying the thing about David Zaslav, whatever his name is
Blah, blah,
that
blah.
he cannot see beyond his circle. So when he's making decisions for the wrong reasons. He's making decisions for money reasons. But if he was one of us, if he came out the circle to see what's really going on, he won't be making this decision, in my opinion. Most of them in Hollywood are like that. They can't see.
Even I know
Okay.
TCM's an institution.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. Why was the decision behind getting rid of Turner Classic Movies? Is it losing money?
it's basically down to cost-cutting measures. Zaslav putting the axe onto everything,
Yes.
and I would imagine that they just couldn't justify the expense of the people running TCM, so it was like gone, and then people were up in arms about it.
But the CW is okay to keep, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. I know that it was removed from satellite or cable in the UK. Has it been put back on? Does anybody know?
It's on cable for us in Canada, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Here you go. Duke, Warner Brothers is billions in debt. In fact, do you want to read that one? See?
MJ UK84 in the chat says
What's your ears?
Warner Brothers is billions in debt.
Okay. So it was gone for a while, folks, but it's coming back. So that's a blessing if you're into your older movies, your classic stuff. Okay. So should we move on?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. Disney Plus Premium with no ads will have a price increase from $10.99 to $13.99 a month for US customers.
Yeah.
Hulu.
Is anyone really shocked by this? Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry.
No,
We knew it was going to happen.
yeah, I think,
Yeah.
but go ahead. You go.
No,
ahead.
I'm just like, are we really surprised that this is happening? Like
No.
people, when Netflix first came up, what, like 15, almost 20 years ago, everyone said this is where it's going to go. People are going to abandon TV and they're going to have, 4, 5, 6 subscription services, and they're going to start bundling it, and they're going to prop it to you as no ads, none of this, and it's not going to be sustainable. So you're just going to go back to basically paying for TV without the television box. So,
It's true. I mean,
are we really shocked?
Amazon, they're not stupid, right? Because on Amazon, especially in the UK, I don't know if it's like in America, you can actually watch TV shows with ads. It says these shows are with ads, and they're films with ads. So they knew it was coming, and they've had that section for a long time. So, I was watching Columbo the other day, and that's full of ads, but I don't care because I want to watch Columbo. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
I
that's
don't
where they're
mind
going.
ads.
Yeah,
That's where they're going.
Well, if you like, when I watch Hulu, I don't mind ads. It's just Hulu plays the same freaking ad over every single one, and I'm all like, can I not see Tom Brady once during this entire fucking show? and plus, I just go, Disney Plus is not worth the $13.99
No, it's
with
not.
no ads, because like I try not to do the ads, because if I do, my kids see it and they're just like, I want this racetrack, and I'm like, okay, well, you find the $50 to pay for it, fucker. And I'm just like, so I don't do the ads on Disney Plus, but I'm all like, I don't know if it's worth $14 a month. Like, even with ads, I don't even know if it's worth that much, because it's not like they're putting out like great stuff for me to watch or my kids. They're just putting out the same stuff, and some of
Plus,
that
the
crap.
majority of families have got all the classic Disney films on DVD anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. Disney kind of shot themselves in the foot when they launched, hey? Like, they could have held this off if they were smarter with the way that they were releasing all their programming on there. Because when they launched in, what was it, beginning of 2020, mid 2020? They just put everything on there, and then it was a slow roll of Disney Plus, like, original content that came out afterwards. It should have been a slow roll of everything that was in their backlog, in all honesty. They wouldn't be hemorrhaging people either if that were the case, and it would give an incentive to come back time and time again.
Yeah.
Well, Disney got infected by that stupid woke
Plague.
thing.
The plague.
Plague,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Here you go, Tim's talk. Hello, Tim A. I cancelled Disney Plus, lol, but getting it back for Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're trying to battle churn, but I'm all like, you guys, there's no way of battling it. Of defeating it, because it's like they'll jump on for the 3 or 4 months that the show is that you want to watch, and then they're going to drop off when there's nothing on there that you want to
Here you go,
check
folks.
out.
Not Brian. I do believe we know not Brian. Got to pay for that Star Cruiser somehow.
Right?
I can't believe all that money they spent on that.
Yeah,
And
and
they just closed it down.
Oral
'cause-
Iger, eh?
Yeah, because they listen to
Unbelievable.
Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, she's stupid.
Why
She's selling
didn't
a
they
house.
Yeah, well,
Apparently.
Why didn't they just make it cheaper so everybody could go to it? I'm sure it'd do okay then.
That's
Well,
what I mean. They shot themselves in the foot from
Why
the
did-
very beginning.
Yeah, they do.
I
They
don't
do.
get it.
Yeah, they clearly don't understand their customer base, because they shouldn't have made that an exclusive hotel bunker, whatever the hell it was. They should have made it a hotel that you could stay at, like, as a guest and leave whenever you wanted, and it was an immersive experience, but not have all this extra nonsense, like that fat Twi'lek singing in your ear every 5 minutes. But just have it a hotel and have the people dress up as crew members, and maybe you have a little show going on every now and then, but the stuff they put in that stupid hotel was supposed to be meant for the park, like the lightsaber training and shit. And I'm all like, why didn't you keep that stuff? Because that would have made you way more money than this stupid freaking hotel. It's so stupid. They're dumb.
Make
so
it
dumb.
within everybody's budget. They could have had a real winner there. You go, R2, the Star Cruiser did not cost $4 billion. They're shifting money around with creative accounting guaranteed.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably what they're doing. But at the end of the day, right, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass, because that's what happens when you spend too much money, and also when you put your stupid, crappy religion in there and not think logically. Yeah, this is what's happened to Disney. Disney's going to fall big time soon.
It is. I mean, the Disney Star Cruiser suffered the same problem as Galaxy's Edge, just they made it sequel trilogy based. Had they done original trilogy based, it would have been an absolute roaring success.
Yeah, ka-ching. Here you go, Dick and Balls. It's my birthday today. And
Happy birthday.
And I want to say thank you to Mr. Brown and everyone in the chat for all the laughs every week. Panelists as well. Cheers, everybody.
Wow. Are you sure you're watching the right show?
Must be watching Nerdrotic.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I hope you get everything you want.
Dick and Balls, if I do apologise for being rude. How old are you today?
29.
What if it's a woman? You're not supposed to ask a woman.
29.
Oh,
Dick
if you're a lady, forget what I asked.
She's 29. Everybody's 29.
Okay. So,
question: with this price change, it says that it's only for U.S. customers for Disney Plus. Is that going to be coming internationally soon? Have they announced that yet?
Over here, it's going to go up to 10 quid. It was £4 over here, and now it's going up to 10 quid. Yeah, so I think it's $4.99 for a month. Now it's $10.99 for a month now. So there you go. They announced it this morning. I remember hearing it on the radio saying that they were putting the price up. So
Crazy.
Here you go, Dick and Balls. One of our younger viewers. I'm 22.
Oh, rub it in.
Bastard. Happy birthday, Dick and Balls. Happy birthday.
I hope your Dick and Balls are getting treated well as well on your birthday.
Yes.
Twice.
Everybody, yes. Especially on your birthday. Okay.
Oh, he's 22, so he could go 4, 5, 6 times.
Right. That's
everybody
so
say
true.
that he's 69, but anyway. Okay.
Nice.
Shall we? In fact, here we go. Jeffrey Spinner, or is it Spiner? You guys are aware that Disney Q1 2024 need to pay. Z, do you want to do that? What's that? 27 what?
27
headphones off.
billion for their stake in Hulu to Comcast. Disney is dead. Happy birthday, and women should not be allowed to mature or vote or leave the kitchen.
I agree.
I agree too. Well, they should be allowed to vote. They just shouldn't do it. Come at me, bro. Come at me. I dare you.
Just that. Obviously, that says 27 billion.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Just think if all the films that we've had recently from Disney, say, made 1.2 billion. And there's been a fair few films recently of late, yes? Yeah. They'd have been well on their way to paying that, but instead they just were infected.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it true that Bob Iger used to be a weatherman?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sorry
Listen.
listen. I'm sorry to sound like a misogynist, but they listen to women and they lost money because all women know how to do is spend money. And I've had enough of this nonsense. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Any half deep Indiana Jones should have done a lot of business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
it would have.
they've turned Disney into a female-centric company where all they do is
Girl
make stuff for
boss.
females, and everybody knows Indiana Jones is a boy's own thing.
Yeah.
And they destroy that.
Yeah, and the stuff that they do make for females, they don't do the things that they did classically, it's no longer allowed to be the prince that saves the princess because apparently that's not what girls want anymore, which is the lie. And a stalker. But they don't cater to the family anymore. They cater to ideology and stupid nonsense, and that's the problem.
Here you go, folks. Black lives or black votes. He should have stayed a weatherman.
That's true. Because all he does is spend. He just spent money
And then,
got out.
From Black Lives or Black Votes. Women should be allowed to make sandwiches.
Oh
What
yeah,
if they make a shite sandwich though? I know a lot of girls that make a shite sandwich.
How do you screw up a sandwich? It's so easy.
You don't know how to fucking cook because that's how most girls these days are.
Yeah, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to cook sandwiches. Is all I know how to make.
Okay, so shall we move on? I think we should.
Mm-hmm.
Still with the Disney. Avatar: The Way of Water is tracking to become Disney's biggest digital release ever domestically. I wonder why.
Well, how does that translate to money?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So lots of people have watched it on their platform. So what?
Yeah, but the thing is, that a lot of people saw it in the cinema, so they,
Yeah. I mean, I still haven't seen this movie. I have no desire, so
it's really boring.
Yeah, I have no desire.
Still haven't seen it. Don't care to see it.
Yeah, me neither. It's
What? I
it's,
liked it. I'm in the minority.
I have nothing against it. I really have no. I didn't like the first one, so I really have had no desire to go to watch it.
What you call it? The way to see it is in the cinema, 3D, and in IMAX. Seriously, that's the way to see it. The same, Oppenheimer. It was you had to see it IMAX because everything that Nolan did, the close-ups, the different ways of shooting stuff like that, you get immersed in that experience, and it was for IMAX, definitely. So the same thing with this movie. The only way you're going to really, really benefit from this movie is if you actually see it in 3D and IMAX, and I did, and I enjoyed it. Wouldn't say it's the best story ever written, because the actual script was absolute bollocks, but the spectacle was worth my time in the cinema. So if you haven't seen it that way, then really you should, and then come to the conclusion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went to go see Avatar 1 in the theater because that's they expected you to, because that's how it was marketed, right?
Yeah, everybody.
But quite honestly, it felt like a fucking waste of my time.
Yeah,
and that's why I refuse to watch Avatar 2. Like, I just don't want to waste that time just to be wowed by a bunch of special effects. I would rather be wowed by performances, by a story, by themes, instead of a bunch of CG stuff.
This movie was Aliens, The Abyss. What else? All mixed into one movie.
It was. But as I said, everybody looks at films differently. Chris Nolan looks at a film and he says it's an experience, not only through the performances of the actors, but what you see as well. That's his movies. That's the kind of films he wants to project to the audience. Some people just say you could watch a film and through the performances of people, you can enjoy that film, and the way it's lit, you can enjoy it. And that too is not right. So criticism on films, there's no right or wrong. You either enjoy it, because you can come out of bed feeling like a shithead and then go see a movie and it's brilliant and you think it's bollocks.
You're saying there's no
right or wrong, in my opinion.
There isn't. There is no right and wrong, folks.
When you review a film, it depends on who you are and how you enjoyed it at that moment in time, right? So
Pontypool 82. How can one find this enjoyable and 2049 boring?
Well, I didn't.
Have you seen 2049? That's
Yeah.
all I can say.
I didn't see this, and I find 2049 boring.
I liked both of them. But
Oh,
then again,
good for you.
I'm easily pleased.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. And if you like it, that's fine. I have nothing against that. I know plenty of people that like this movie.
Listen, if
I've
you
just
Same
haven't seen.
here.
Yeah.
Same here.
If you-
The problem you have is when somebody goes to you, you don't like that film, do you? Well, you're shit. You don't know anything. Blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? That is.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's not right. Yeah, that's not right.
If you've
But there
done
you go.
as much LDS as me, Avatar 2 was fantastic. Anyway, okay. Shall we move on?
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Move
I
along.
liked it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Right, okay, so get this right. The weatherman plans to reduce the number and cost of Disney titles released in theaters after some box office disappointments.
Duh.
Just some box
Well,
office disappointments.
he could have released all these movies. They're just not. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the Haunted House one, but they could have been good, but they're just not. And the CGI is not that great, and the story sucks. And the problem is there's quantity over quality. But if it would have been quantity but yet quality at the same time, people wouldn't be complaining as much. But
Okay, Matt.
yes.
Tell me in one word why these films didn't work. One word.
Hold.
Go on, you can do it. Come on.
Hold
Come on,
I-
Matt. You can do it.
Made in America.
You're being silly now.
But this is the reason why these films didn't work. It's because of the religion, right? That's why it didn't work.
That is true. Yeah.
All these films, it's got nothing to do with lighting or bad scripts. Well, it's bad
It's
scripts
because of
because
this,
yeah.
everybody.
Because-
Mostly
this-
bad scripts.
Yeah, mostly. It's because of
this.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
Sheer fucking hubris. That's what it is.
I mean, if somebody told me that the latest Indiana Jones film is he's gonna get smacked in the head by a woman, knocked out,
And
I
what
would
a
never
woman.
believed it. I would never believed it. Never.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Question.
Gosh.
Because I would not know this at all because I'm not old enough to know this. In the 90s and the early 2000s, how many movies was Disney putting out per year? On average, you'd
It
say.
wasn't. It wasn't. Oh, hold on. So how Disney? So Disney made a resurgence with Little Mermaid.
Mhm.
When Little
Late
Mermaid came
90s,
out,
they started coming
Yeah.
back in again. Yeah.
yeah, when Little Mermaid came, it was such a huge hit that Disney was back on the trail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was from then they started putting out movies, and they put out quite a lot, didn't they?
Maybe a
But-
couple or
Lion
three
King
a
and-
year,
yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
That's what I
But
mean.
they were
So, like,
decent films.
yeah,
they were.
putting out like 3-4 quality films a year. But now
Yeah.
it's like, just if we look at just the last 8 months alone, movies aside, look at all the Disney Plus content we've gotten as well. The market is kind of oversaturated with poor Disney quality, I think is what's also leading people not to want to bother with this. On top of that, they've been just pushing everything to Disney Plus quite quickly as well. So incentive wise, why would I want to go pay $20 plus snacks if I decide that to go see these movies when I can wait 1 or 2 months and it will be on my $10 a month subscription service?
Yeah.
It makes no sense, right?
No. So if they were putting out stuff that was worth seeing on the big screen, like Oppenheimer or Avatar 2 or anything, sure, people will go see it, but none of these experiences actually feel worth paying the price of admission because
their
it
own
looks the
fault.
same.
It's their own fault as well.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot of it is the writing. I think that if Indiana Jones had just been written better, it would be. That's why the writers, they don't deserve shit. I
There you
hope
go.
they lose their strength.
Jeffrey again, it's not entertainment saturation. It's just shite movies.
Yeah, but the reason why it's shite movies
Come on,
is because
Vex,
it has,
you know
it has the
Velma was-
religion in it, doesn't it? So that's the reason why
But
they're shite
it's-
movies.
Sorry.
It's obvious. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a combination of both when you think about it.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
like we're bombarded with Disney content everywhere you look. Like I'm kind of I don't even watch any of the Disney Plus content and I'm sick of it. Like,
Ahsoka next for me. Yeah.
Soka.
Yeah, 2
Somebody should
weeks.
soak her.
Ahsoka, yeah.
I'd love to soak her.
Moving on. Okay, so they've only got themselves to blame.
Yeah, of course.
If on 1 hour, if they'd have brought out quality stuff and didn't practically release it straight away on Disney Plus or minus, they may have stood a chance. But an Indiana Jones film should have done 800 million.
Should
Easy.
have done a
It shouldn't
billion,
have cost that
actually.
much.
Easy.
It shouldn't have cost that much either.
Mhm.
It shouldn't have.
Well, they practically shot it twice, didn't they?
Exactly. If they did it old school, like the first Raiders of the Lost Ark, they shot it really fast and like a B picture,
And
then
practical.
probably would have been better. But they didn't, did they? So there you go.
I've still not seen it.
Please don't. Like, save what image you have of Indiana Jones and don't watch that movie.
I refuse
Like,
to watch it.
even like Crystal Skull is far better than this film, and it
Yeah.
does far more justice to
I
his
have to
character
agree.
There you
than
go.
this movie
Drew
does.
Gordon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Skull made 800 mil in 2008.
Hmm.
Skull
Well-
is not perfect. I quite like it. I don't mind it. It's a bit saggy in places, but at least it's an Indiana Jones film.
I mean,
It's
even the
a
stuff
shit.
that Disney are counting on as surefire hits are bombing dramatically. You take a look at
Jesus.
something like Haunted Mansion, which has currently got a worldwide gross of 66.8 million.
What?
It's everything is just turning to crap for Disney right now.
But
They
the question-
really need to do something about.
But the question is,
quality of their
who-
movies.
Who wanted Haunted Mansion? Who wanted that film?
Blacktivists. That's exactly who wanted it.
In its defense, it could have been. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it could be good, and it could have been good. It's just, like Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, nobody was asking for a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but they made it, and I like that movie a lot. So this could have
Same
been
here.
good, but I don't. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen it, so it could be good. Just nobody saw it because we're sick of Disney. But if you do like a Pirates of the Caribbean based off of a ride from Disney, it could be good. But the problem is, again, like we've said before, there's just too much messaging in it, and I'm sick and tired of getting a culture getting shoved down my throat. I'm just not interested.
Igavex, Jeffrey Spiner, if Velma, Naomi, etc. was spaced properly, it would have been more acceptable to you? It's
I'm
the
not disagreeing that
propaganda.
propaganda is not the problem. I'm just saying when you bombard people along with putting shit content
Consume.
time and time again, it's
Yeah.
quite frustrating and it tires people out, right?
Yeah,
if you
consume.
still have the same shit content and maybe it's spread out a little bit further, that's how we got to this point we're in right now, right? It's all of these films, all of these shows were very subtly timed, not close together. So eventually we got to this fucking shitstorm right now where it's just straight propaganda.
I've just
It's true.
realised what it is.
What?
Propaganda.
Well, obviously there is nothing to look forward to anymore.
There
No,
isn't.
there isn't. Ant-Man, they got this thing in
There you go,
Ant-Man where
folks. You're welcome.
Ant-Man's daughter says to the main villain, "Stop being a dick," and he
Yeah.
agrees. Okay, so apply that to Star Wars. Luke Skywalker goes up to Darth Vader, "Stop being a dick." Okay, I won't. The end.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just go for it all. The
But
same
there
shit
are-
going for all the movies. It's just crap.
But there are exceptions to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to Dune.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't
Yes.
seen it, so we can't comment yet.
No,
Hasn't
we're
come
looking
out
forward to it. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I love that book. I love it
Yeah.
so much.
Still haven't seen the first one.
I mean, wait
It's
until the
on
second one comes
Stream
out.
killer.
But
Watch
because
it. Listen.
It's on
All
because
necessary.
I don't think they ended in the right place. I think they should have ended it where he drinks the water of life or whatnot. I think that would have been a better place to end it, and that's where I
on
thought they
Amazon.
were going to end it, but they didn't. So, but I think it's a good movie. It's just not going to be as good as the
Yes,
second
Brian.
movie.
I will
Yeah.
say, Vex,
Mhm.
when Dune, was it June 2
June.
is out,
Mm-hmm.
book your ticket, probably IMAX,
Mm-hmm.
watch Dune, or was it June? Day before.
June.
Yeah. So it's kind of fresh in the mind. Just watch it day before.
It's
Yeah.
on,
Okay.
it's on Amazon, so I think it's for free on Amazon.
Oh,
It just never
connects.
caught my eye. That's why I never bothered with it. But
It's fine.
I'll watch it eventually.
You should watch. You should
really
read the
good.
book. You
It's
should
very
read the
slow.
book.
It's It's very slow, the first one.
I'm okay with a slow movie as long as the payoff is well worth it, right?
No, the
I
payoff
don't
isn't
think.
the one.
It's not. The payoff in the movie is not. I think it. I
Don't
think
listen
that.
to him.
Yeah, I think that it could.
Don't know what he's on about.
Right on. Just you should read the book. The book is so good. I love that book.
Is it a series of books?
It is, but you could just read the first one and everything, because that's what I did. The first time I read the book, I was 17, and I really connected with Paul Atreides. And then I reread it right before the movie came out, and I was like, fuck Paul. I was like, I'm with Duke Leto. I totally get where he's coming from, but I think it's just because I'm now a dad, and he's a dad, so he's like, the way he talks to his son, I'm like, I totally get what he's talking about right now. And so it's very much, I don't know, it just depends on when you are what part of life you're at.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think I'd been locked in with the Coof, and when I went to see Dune,
yeah,
it was just great to get out of the house.
I'll tell you that.
What
though,
was Tenet for
fantastic.
you?
I
Well,
do
there was
think
that as well, but I think we were suffering from the second lockdown as well.
Yeah, lockdowns were stupid.
But anyway, Catty, you were saying before we move on?
Oh, I can't remember. Somebody brought up the 1984 movie. I do think that the 2000 movie could have benefited from the voiceover that the 1984 version did. I really liked that about it, and I do think that the Denis Villeneuve one could have benefited from it.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Yes, this is the one for me, folks.
Listen,
Listen.
this movie is going to flop so hard. I
It's
wouldn't be
gonna flop.
surprised.
Right?
I can't wait
won't-
for it just for that reason.
I absolutely would not be surprised if Kevin Feige loses his job over it.
Gosh,
I mean, its main premise is that the lead heroes keep swapping their powers at inopportune moments to comedy effect.
yeah.
Now,
I'm laughing already.
this was done to death in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. It wasn't funny then. It's not going to be funny now.
Yeah.
If Disney Marvel are pinning their hopes on the Marvels being their next big blockbuster, then they're going to be bitterly disappointed.
Yeah, I agree. It's not $1 billion.
When is it being released?
November 10th.
I'll make sure I'm out of the country then. Can't be asked to watch something like that.
Yeah, and you know what I get? I love how everybody's like, oh, Nina DaCosta, she's going to be great. And I'm all like, you mean the chick that directed Candyman, the remake? I was like, that movie sucked too. What are you talking about? Like, it's going to be terrible.
Here you go, Mr. Brown Alliance. That's me. Z3PO has spoken.
Has she got a new costume? What's this big flower on her chest?
That's the
God,
1970s,
fantastic.
early 80s Captain Marvel costume. It's a
Wasn't he a
classic.
guy though?
Yeah, he was.
Comics. So okay, makes no sense
Yeah.
to me. But...
And there's a musical number. It's going to be terrible. There's like this whole scene where they're just singing and dancing. I was like, does everything have to have a fucking musical number?
What's the musical number? Is it like
It's a Bollywood dance scene. It was
Bollywood
in the
one?
trailer.
Yeah.
Are they wearing?
Nice.
Are they all wearing sandals? Because if they are,
I
we'll get a
honestly
good
think they
shot
are.
of her feet when she
Desert
starts.
wellies? Yes.
I honestly think they are. I'm not going to lie. I now that
Brie
you say
Larson
that.
dancing with sandals. You get a good shot of her feet.
I'll leave-
won't you? So,
Yeah,
there you
it's
Brie
gonna.
alone. I like Brie. Other
I
than
d-
feet, obviously.
go.
Bree's a great actress. She's just an insufferable
Yep.
person in real life. That's
Don't
all.
worry, I can sort that out for her. Don't worry.
Vex, was that a personal attack?
Yes, it was. 100%. Just seeing this headline that it's going to be different because it's really wacky and
Very
silly.
wacky.
When I
Wacky.
hear a woman director say that, I immediately know that the film's going to be shit because I've yet to see a female directed comedy that's actually been funny. Not
Yeah.
counting the few things Tina Fey has been in.
I've got it. Phoebe Waller-Bridge should have directed this. $1 billion guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
No
it's
Hard
just-
Feelings was funny. That came out recently with Jennifer Lawrence. I thought
That was
quite funny.
that movie was just all over the place. I think it started off really
was.
well and then it
Yeah.
kind of dropped the bomb halway through, so I couldn't
How's she
Well,
look
some of it
naked?
was
Get us
funny
into it.
though.
Does she look
Some of
good
it was
naked in her
funny.
in her naked?
She looks
state?
great naked
She
for a
looks
woman
great
that's had a
naked.
kid.
Shit.
God,
I've not
yeah.
seen it.
Well, I
But
saw
that was
when
the-
her
that was-
nudes leaked. Those were good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the last female outrageous comedy Okay, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't laugh out loud, but there were some bits in it that I kind of sniggered at. You know,
And wacky and silly perfectly describes
Bland and trendy.
Marvel Phase 4.
Very
Like
good.
that's exactly and now Phase 5, but it describes Phase 4 perfectly because they just they tried to be silly and it didn't work because nobody thought it would. The joke was Marvel at the time. It's not what they were. That's what the joke was for Phase 4.
Question for Mega Geek. Marks out of 10 for Brie. What would you give her?
I'll give her above the feet. One.
I have to look up her feet
Cheers,
now.
Andy.
You keep bringing up her feet.
They're
I'm
gross.
not-
Don't look at
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's too late. I've already
I'd
looked
give
at it.
her, out of 10. I'd
Ew,
definitely
what's
give
wrong with her toe? She's got a gross toe. Oh my goodness. Oh, she needs to shave that toe down. Ew.
Oh.
It's like a little sausage. Gross. I shouldn't have looked at this.
No,
You
don't
were
do it. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness. It's
I-
weird.
Yeah,
I'm-
I did it once. It took me weeks to get over it.
Oh, man.
Not
is-
the proudest fap you've had, has it?
Yeah, right.
You know what's
she's cute in the
interesting?
face though, and she's
Yeah.
fit. So I mean,
You know what's
she's
interesting
fit.
about her? She keeps going on about how they're sexualizing, female heroines and stuff like that, and then she stars in a talk show where she's got half her tits out. I mean,
It
come
doesn't
on.
matter. There's no consistency with people that follow that kind of
Ridiculous.
ideology.
She did look good though, half her tits out though. She looked fantastic.
I think Bree's a very good looking woman. It's
She
just
is.
what comes out of her
Very
mouth.
plain. She's plain.
Yeah. It's
And
just,
the toes, obviously.
It's just she talks too much.
Apparently, it's Scott Pilgrim's birthday today. It was
The movie?
released today. Yes.
Oh, I love that movie.
Was it
And so it's
2010?
Enter
Brie
the
Larson
Dragon's
was-
50th,
Yeah.
50th anniversary.
I
as
love
well.
Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, man. Enter the
Yeah.
Dragon. Fantastic.
Yeah, I love both those
Okay.
movies. Yeah, so good.
Let's move on. Paul Brie
Anything-
got the shit end of the
anything
stick,
else?
by the way. Let's move on.
Oh, God.
Okay. VFX coordinator Mark, is it Patch, says when working on WandaVision, he was told, "You're not going to have any more days off in the next 3 months until we deliver episode 10. We were already working 18-hour days."
Yeah, that's
That's the
crazy.
next bunch of people should go on strike is the visual effects people. Then Hollywood would really be stopped.
Well, they're already looking at unionizing, which I
They
100% agree with because they're treated like shit by Disney and other studios.
These
Yeah.
highly skilled people.
Yeah, it was
Mine-
the in-house people that and not the visual effects artists, but it was the in-house people that voted to unionize at Marvel.
Yeah, they should.
And they oversee all the visual effects when they're done, while they're filming and some post stuff or whatnot. But they should unionize and go on strike. They're
They
treated
should.
like shit, and the product is shit. So
There you go, Bishop Moore, modern day slavery, yes.
yeah,
My friend is he's one of the head honchos in Disney Canada. So he's been pushed too much. He was saying him and his so he was just saying that they should create a union, and I was like, yeah, you should. You got Hollywood by the balls there. Do you
They
know what
should
I
have done
mean?
it 10 years ago.
yeah. And unlike these shitty writers, I'd be like, well, you shitty writers just can't write. These people
There you
can
go.
do their job if you give them time.
Melvin Deeply, ask him how much he got paid for his 18-hour days.
Not enough.
Yeah, probably not enough. Yeah.
Do they does the work get tendered out at a fixed rate, and it's usually
No,
the
if-
cheapest?
Yeah. So if they find they've got too much, what they do is they'll send it to India, and pay less to actually get
That's where it'll be
sections
going,
finished.
won't it? Or
Yeah.
like
Hold
India
on.
and Malaysia and
Hold on. They're sending work out to India and all of their productions are costing how much?
So this is how
It's
it works,
catering.
right? This is how it works, right? So when they made the first film to do it was Lost in Space, the movie Lost in Space. They had 20 visual effects companies working on that film. They had the top tier, 2-tier visual effects companies.
The
and
one with
everything else
Matthew
was farmed
LeBlanc
out.
in it?
Yes, that one.
Oh gosh.
And
Didn't one of the company
everything
go
else was
bust?
farmed out. And because of that movie, that's what almost every film that had a high level of visual effects did from that point on. And I'm not surprised if they pushed these people 18 hours, and if they couldn't complete it, they would send out green screen stuff to India. You know, you got hundreds of people in India just rotoscoping people. So they probably did that. So that's why they should have a union, because, you know, that money that goes to India, they could have paid them more. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
obviously it's cheaper to hire people in India and companies in India to finish off visual effects. So yeah.
Well, I personally didn't care for WandaVision, so I don't think any visual effects could have saved that show.
My question is just, where is all the money going then?
Catering.
In
Goes
somebody's
catering budget.
exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way it goes.
So, kind of a sidestep.
Yeah.
So they're obviously connected, these stories.
Yeah.
The,
I hope
the
they
stories are going to unionize.
do. Yeah.
You see, what they're hoping is that AI will be so good in the next couple of years that they won't need visual effects people. That's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, AI cannot make up for the human experience. I'm sorry, there's just certain things that a human being knows, understands, lives
That's
through,
true.
kind of thing, that an AI computer will not be able to regenerate. It's why when you see all these AI scripted shows on Twitch, they suck because they don't understand what it's like to be a human being.
Okay.
And the same thing with making a freaking.
Okay,
Sorry.
So
Go
it's
ahead.
it's not about that. Basically, there's you got Ian. You know, Corridor Crew, right?
Yeah.
They just finished doing an anime, right? And without any animators, using AI and using them on green screen, and it looks like it's been animated. So if you can do that, can you imagine how many people you don't need to make an animated series?
There you go. According to
So
Jeffrey,
that's
it's
what
game
they're
over
arguing
already.
over.
It's game
Yeah.
over already.
So Matt,
I agree with him. Yeah.
Yeah, so Matt, that's what they're talking about. That's why they're on strike, because they realize the power of AI. Now, AI can't do exactly what people can do, but it can do bits that will eliminate thousands of jobs. So, you know,
I get it, but I just go like, who wants a computer to write a shitty or do shitty special effects? and I'm like, just pay the money. I'll tell you right now, if Disney put out quality and like those visual effects were done well, the writing was done well, I'll pay the $13.99. It's just right now you're giving me old shit that I have on DVD, and you're giving me new shit that sucks. So I don't want to pay $13.99 a month with ads.
Z, speaking of all this AI, is Judgment Day just around the corner?
Oh, yes, you're all going to die.
okay,
Rest assured.
And on that thermonuclear bombshell, shall we move on? You see what I did there? This is the big news, everybody. From Doomcock.
Okay.
I think this is the first time we've actually ever featured anything from Doomcock.
Really?
I've been reporting on the big changes at Lucasfilm and KK being on the outs for months now.
Months, more like years.
Yeah. Could there be a connection? The story is there was a big meeting. KK and the weatherman. Following day, KK and Frank Marshall's 18.5 million Malibu estate has been put up for sale.
I hope they don't get any of that.
Where is Malibu? Is it California?
Yes, that's
good
California.
with Coke.
Facts.
Wah.
I mean, this could just be a coincidence because a lot of big celebrities or Hollywood heads have been selling their California properties the past couple of years because California prices, especially in areas like Malibu, are through the fucking roof. And on top of that, the areas are just going to absolute shit. So this could very well just be a coincidence.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah, and it sounds like somebody wasn't good with their money, in my opinion.
You have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, and Doomcock,
truck.
fuck you. Okay, you're always right. I'm putting that in quotation. You can suck it, and here's why. You keep saying Kennedy's out on the outs. Yeah, you've been saying that for fucking a decade now. Get out of here.
Yeah, not months, literally years. He's been saying that
Well, I will
repeatedly.
say, the guests do not represent the official opinion of this channel.
That house doesn't look too big, though, does it? Is that how? Is it a big house, or is it just that little bit there next to the swimming pool?
It's an
Maybe,
AI house.
maybe the
probably.
big part is behind the trees.
Oh, of course,
maybe.
of course.
Maybe we can just look up the listing real quick.
You know, if you shave down the bush, you'll see the big.
You know, I
parts.
love it when lurkers appear for the first time. Hammer Biotech. Hello, Hammer Biotech. A real estate tax is also about to be enforced.
There you go. That also
There you
makes
go.
sense.
Coincidence.
But the real clever stars, they move to Canada or they move away from Hollywood. I mean, what's his name? Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn have been out of Hollywood for years and years and years. And Stanley Kubrick hated Hollywood. He lived in England most of his life. So, you know, the clever people know they need to move out of LA. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we just think it's coincidence, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Should we move on then? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I saw this and I was upset. Kenobi figures on clearance, folks.
I wonder why.
There's
Such a
Calculon
hugely
there, everybody.
successful
Look,
film.
there's Calculon there, everybody. Straight away, look.
Yeah.
That is a good price. $4.50 for that.
No,
I mean,
it's
is
not.
it though? I wouldn't pay
It's
that much
not.
for
For,
I
that.
wouldn't pay that
for the
much
Ned
either.
B robot, it is.
I mean, maybe.
I've
I
got
don't
one
know.
of those.
I collect action figures, and I wouldn't pay for the $4.50 for that.
either.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
I mean, an Obi-Wan Kenobi maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I
There you
wouldn't
go.
buy that actually.
MJ, still too much.
It sucked, that show.
It did. It was bad.
It wasn't good. But there was highlights, mainly the Calculon robot, Ned B.
I
But as
mean,
we said-
was he though? I mean,
Well, as we said on the streams, the best moments of Kenobi was actually a fucking guy in a robot suit who didn't say anything,
right
and he
on.
had the best scene.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, were you talking about the bit where he hid Princess Leia under his coat? That's probably the best scene ever.
That was the most ridiculous scene. But anyway, I'm still considering if I should get the Black Series Ned B. Even that's been reduced over here. But anyway,
Right on.
that's
I'm pretty
Calculon,
sure-
everybody.
Somebody is definitely collecting all the toys, all of them, even the ones that flop.
sure.
Someone's got a Rose Tico toy somewhere, and they
For
haven't
sure.
taken it out of the box.
Well, Ruin's got all of them. Ruin.
For
Has he?
sure.
Yeah. Do you remember back in the 70s and 80s, Ian, when you used to buy the classic Star Wars figures? And
They're still for
they-
sale, you know.
Yeah, and they were mounted onto this really thick, like grey board.
Mm.
They've even gone cheap with the. It's just thin cardboard on these.
Yeah,
it just
it is.
feels cheap.
Mm.
They're just completely missing the point.
Thing is, though, it's a different world now. I mean, I've not seen, well, a kid beyond the age of 5 play with toys now. They're usually on their phone or they're playing
Yeah.
a computer game.
Yeah.
You know, to actually play with toys these days it's I don't know. I haven't seen a
My
kid in a
kids
long
do.
time playing. Do they play with toys? Yeah.
Yeah, but in
Alright.
their defense, they do not have an iPad or a cell phone or any of
Ah,
that
right,
nonsense.
gotcha.
Yeah, the TV is the only thing, and screen time is limited. So
Right.
Vex, do you play with toys? If you know what I mean.
Depends what kind of toy.
The vibrating one.
Maybe.
Okay. So rest in
Nice.
peace, Calculon.
rest in peace, says.
What's this?
This was the
no.
big people
Did
were up in
anybody see her
arms about
film?
this.
Heart of Stone. Anybody see it? Hearthstone?
I'm gonna probably watch it after this.
Let me tell you guys, this film is so bland. It was like it tried to be a James Bond film with her in it, and it's absolutely awful. She can't.
What's it called
act
again?
Out of it's called Heart of Stone. It's on
Heart of Stone.
It got released on Friday, and it's Netflix, one of Netflix's big films, and it's so bland, and it's not exciting.
But she looks hot,
okay.
Right?
Yeah, she looks okay in it
because she gives me blood flow. I love her.
She's a terrible actress.
Gives me blood flow.
Absolutely awful.
That's all she's good for. That's why they keep putting her on the screen. Because we all know people are going to show up to watch a good-looking person.
If you thought Kalel No was bad, just watch this film. I'm telling you. Oh, jeez, this woman's so bad.
The story is Gal Gadot, was it Gadot, on Wonder Woman 3. I was invited to a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and what they told me, and I'm quoting, "You're in the best hands. We're going to develop Wonder Woman 3 with you. We love you as Wonder Woman. You've got nothing to worry about." And then the internet went, oh. Yeah, then the internet Twitter melted down with Cavill.
Did she go to eat something when she went to see them?
Oh.
Was she sucking on something when she went?
That's what I was going to say. I want to know who the fuck she's blowing or how good her mouth skills are, because the fact that anyone wants to keep her around is laughable.
I want to keep her around, but at the same time, I want to start over. I don't want any of the same. If they aren't keeping Henry Cavill, then don't keep anybody around, because there's no point. There's no point.
Cavill was trending,
but
I tell you one thing, in this film, she was playing an intern. She was playing an intern, a gorgeous intern that everybody thought that she was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. You're like,
does she spread herself on the papers as well as an intern?
What's that?
Or does she spread herself on all the papers as well as an intern?
No, she's so beautiful that everybody's like treating her like she's, I don't know, like she's Lizzo. Do you know what I mean? It was like, it was so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. This film.
This is that Heart of Stone movie that you're talking?
Heart of Stone.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
well, I have to go ahead, Jax. You go.
Oh, so no. Finish your thought first. Finish it, because mine's a little bit different from where you guys are right now.
Well, I want to say when it comes to this, because James Gunn hasn't responded to this, so I believe 100% this is true. I think that they had a meeting with her. They either changed their mind or they just straight up lied to her, which I think is really in a business where friendships, connections are a big thing, like Hollywood. I think that lying to an actress and saying like, yeah, you're in the best hands, we're going to develop a movie, and then just being like, nah, we're not really going to do it is in bad faith. But I think that in all honesty, they weren't going to do this, and they shouldn't do it. I think that it's the best choice to just move forward and get a new actress to play. She can play Hippolyta in the new Wonder Woman movie if they do a new one, but I think her time as Wonder Woman is past, and I enjoyed her, but it's over.
And the blood flow. Z, any thoughts?
Yeah, they dropped Henry Cavill like a stone because he was too old to play Superman. He's 40 years old. She's 38.
What?
So no. Fuck off.
This entire like little blurb that she put out earlier this week, because I don't know about you guys, but it seems like her career is basically over now that Wonder Woman is out the door and she's pushing 40. So when I saw this suddenly trending, this sounded like a meeting that she had. What was it? I think it was like beginning of April or beginning of March, when there was that big meeting that was supposed to happen with Peter Safran and James Gunn. So now she's just throwing it out there for the publicity at this point.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, in her defense, the interview that she did was done before the strike, and the strike's been going on. The SAG has struck for a little over a month, so this was probably like a month ago.
I think the timing of the meeting might be important. I don't think nobody actually knows the timing, do they?
No.
Obviously, timing is the secret of comedy, but
yeah, like I said before, they probably either just were feeding her bullshit, or they meant it but then they changed their mind.
Vex, are you available to read a super chat, please?
Sure.
From Peter Pidrak.
for $19.99 American dollars, real money. Apologies for last week. I was offering Vex Welcome to America barbecue or BBQ barbecue. Ducking autocorrect, nothing inappropriate. Not that she would be offended. P.S. White man BBQ is what my southern friends call Midwestern BBQ. What did you say last week?
Don't know. Don't know. I don't know.
But thank you, Peter.
Yeah. We read the super chat, but it was like, what? What's he on about? But okay. Cheers, Peter. Your generosity is appreciated. Thank you, my friend.
Yes,
Okay.
lots of love for you, Peter. No worries at all.
Cheers, Peter. Yeah.
Yeah,
you should go to a barbecue though.
I have been to.
So
I've had some southern barbecue already. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, so good.
James Gunn, what a dick.
Do you have the follow up to this story in your slides tonight, Mr. B?
Is the follow up this one?
Yes. That's why I say like this is all just for publicity because literally less than 24 hours later, it was reported that it's not in the works.
Yeah. Which I and a small piece of me wonders like why she thought they would do it, because I just go like the only thing they had in the works was that stupid show that they're gonna do about Themyscira. Like anybody gives a shit. But I just go like
easy, Tiger, easy. Hey, look, I think Franco's caught in a time loop.
01001101.
I don't know. I mean, I do think she's very pretty, but she hasn't got the X factor. She hasn't got the sexy factor.
She does.
Well, the chat disagrees with you, mate.
I know, but I just
I'm with Ian on this one. She's a pretty face, but like when I saw her get cast as Wonder Woman, I was like, there's no oomph about her that makes me think this is Wonder. Like Linda Carter had that oomph about her, you could really get excited seeing her on the screen. Yeah. But with Gal Gadot, it's just like they saw a pretty face and dark hair, and they're like, "That's good enough. We'll go with it."
I think we said last week, Hayley Atwell as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she's too old. She's too old.
Yeah, too old.
I know, but if it had been 10 years ago.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that. Sorry, go ahead.
So, no, I just want to say she looks like a fucking stick. She doesn't look strong. She doesn't look wondrous at all.
No, well, the thing is, though, I don't mind her. The thing is, though, you have to be that thin to actually look good in that costume. I agree. Right. But the thing is, though, this when the first film, right, she had an accent. And everybody else never had an accent. That didn't make any sense to me, right? The second thing is that she just doesn't have that X Factor thing. As again, I would keep saying this. Linda Carter, she exuded. She was like sexy. That girl was sexy. It's the same thing with Chris Reeves. He was born to play Superman. Linda Carter was born to play Wonder Woman. This it just seems like they just pushed the prettiest girl they found into this costume. That's what it feels like to me.
Here you go. Johnny Lawrence's mum, Linda Carter, had curves for days. Gal is closer to a stick.
Yep. The outfit is what gives her the illusion of curves, but if you look at her out of it, there's nothing there. And also, speaking of, I forgot about the accent thing. No, everyone in was it Amazonia had a completely different accent.
Right. They did, Yeah, I just say, the accent is like, where did she come from? Do you know what I mean? Why has she got an accent? You know, it's like ridiculous.
Here you go, folks. This is a thinking man's joke. Jamal armor for $5. That's £3.94, which is 2.27 kilograms. I hope that clears it up for you.
That sounds like my cocaine order.
That costume was definitely designed by a woman. It really was, to cover up most of the stuff that we should be seeing as males, in my opinion.
There's a question for you, E. For Melvin, what do you think? Do you genuinely think Gal Gadot is sexy?
No, I think she's very, very pretty, but I don't think she's sexy personally. I mean, everybody has their different opinions, and I just think she's very, very pretty. I wouldn't say no if she wanted to jump me, of course, but that's a different matter. But if you compare her to Linda Carter, face-wise, body-wise, sexually wise, I think Linda Carter, so much better.
Long, mate. All day. Yeah. Okay.
Just my opinion, of course.
She does come over though as very, very lovely though, doesn't she?
She is, yeah. She's probably a really nice person. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, here you go. In the chats, I think TMG is the mega geek in enters the bin zone. Get in the bin. Okay.
I'm sorry, but it's just my opinion.
Get in the bin, Ian.
I will. It's
all right, let's move on.
Iron Man. Oh no, this is Blue Beetle. Sorry. This Blue Beetle?
Latino Iron Man. Here you go. Blue Beetle. First reactions. DC's latest praised as funny, emotional, and more importantly, folks, a love letter to the Latino culture.
Oh, for God's sake!
Well, I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. Will the Latino community show up for this movie? You know, I mean, I don't know.
Bin.
That shouldn't even be a factor.
But at the same time,
film.
That's true. At the same time, I'm gonna go see this movie. I'm gonna take my son is excited to see it. I'm gonna go see it. It's gonna be a good time, even if the movie is crap. Yeah, she'll be back. I think that you're right. I think that the what's his name, Zolo or whatever. Anyway, Holo. He keeps saying like, oh, this is a good time to see a Hispanic. You know, the first time you're gonna see a Hispanic superhero, and I'm all like, oh, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, just go be a superhero, and just you know, if you know the Latino culture shows up, then or community shows up, then good. Yeah. But if they don't, then you shouldn't be worrying about that.
What's interesting is they don't go Batman. Yeah, the white man. Yeah, this is a good film for white people. Do you know what I mean? It's Batman. You know, they don't say that, do they? You know,
you're right.
Ridiculous.
They don't. Yeah.
Or Blade. Oh, Blade. Go and watch Blade because he's a black man.
Exactly.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and if this movie is good, maybe I'll see myself in Blue Beetle, even though I'm not a Hispanic person.
Exactly.
So I think, and I did go out and buy these comic books because I wanted to, because the only thing I knew about this character was from Young Justice. So I went and bought the comic books. The comic books are okay. They're not I thought Young Justice was better than the comic books, but the character is fine. I mean, it's me too, nerdy film girl. I do hope it's good, but I mean the whole Latino, you know, superhero
shouldn't
culture
even be mentioned.
Yeah, that part does not I'm not you know, worried about that kind of thing. So I think you're right. They shouldn't worry about it. And
I'm also familiar with him from season 2 of Young Justice. But I wouldn't have said under any circumstances that he warranted a big budget movie.
And originally this was supposed to be an HBO Max movie, but then they moved it to the theaters, and gave it a bigger budget. I mean, I guess so, but me, I go, you should probably put it back on HBO Max.
Here you go, Bank of Hostman. Here you go. That's Mr. Brown Alliance. That's me, allegedly. I'm Latino. I don't need extra representation in a superhero movie.
It's true. Nobody needs anything. You just need to show us the superhero. That's all. They didn't go Tony Stark, white man, Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know, they didn't say any of that crap, did they? All we need is the superhero. They shouldn't even mention that he's Latino. We'll find out when we watch the movie.
Exactly.
That's it.
Vex, I do believe you've bought tickets.
I have, yes. Sorry if I sound a little bit different. My proper microphone just shit the bed suddenly. So...
You sound beautiful no matter what.
Thank you. Yes, I
Amber
bought.
Heard. Did Amber Heard on your bed?
I bought my ticket. I want this movie to be at least fun, but the fact that every single early review so far is just telling me that it's all about the culture and it embraces the fact that has to be at the top of every review tells me that this is probably going to be a shit movie and that it has no substance whatsoever.
Yeah, it's tracking for a 30 million opening, so it's not going to do very well at all.
Yeah. That's better than the $12 to $17 million opening. It was predicted at.
Can you explain that to me? Because I never get that. How? What's the tracking thing? Is it a guess that this thing makes?
It's an educated guess based on pre-sales.
Oh, right. Okay.
We've got a question, folks, from at Mr. Brown Alliance. That is me. Wasn't Namor a Latino superhero in Wakanda? Ask the guests and chat, please.
Well, the thing is, it always made me laugh when I saw the behind the scenes and I kept saying his name wrong because they wanted him to be Latino. In the comics, he's not Latino. He comes from the sea. He doesn't come anywhere near that. You know?
And his name isn't Namor. It's Namor because it's Roman backwards. And that's how it was for the comic books. They took Roman and turned it backwards. So what's her face being all like, it's Namor. It's like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Just because you have an accent and you say it weird doesn't mean that's how it's pronounced.
I was gonna say, wasn't he race swapped in the last movie anyways?
Yeah,
he was.
Namor's a white guy.
Yeah.
In the comics, he's white.
Yeah.
So
not Jamaican.
He's not Jamaican, man.
Jamaican. Hello in Jamaica.
Yes.
Runtings.
Yeah. With a ting.
When is this out in the UK? Do we know?
God,
is it next week for you guys as well?
Yes, it is. I saw the poster on the tube. Yeah, it looks crap though. Even the poster looks rubbish. I think it looks rubbish.
I don't know. It doesn't look like an Oscar winner, but I think it looks decent.
I will say
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're the guest. Guests always speak first.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna say it looks formulaic. Like I don't feel any. If it weren't for the fact that I was reviewing it on my channel, I wouldn't bother go seeing it because it doesn't look like I'm seeing anything new. It doesn't seem like it's bringing anything interesting to the superhero genre. I've seen basically all the scenes that it shows me in the trailer in about a dozen other Marvel movies. Like, I really, there's nothing interesting about this at all.
There isn't.
When Black Adam was on, I thought, okay, I'm going to go watch that. Be okay for a couple of hours, get me out of the house. Just not interested in this one.
Black Adam, right? I thought it was going to be a hit because obviously it had The Rock in it and everything in.
I thought so too.
But it wasn't, and it was it was okay movie. It wasn't.
It was
great.
all right.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Blue Beetle.
It's gonna blow.
Hot Wheels.
Blow hard. Okay.
I remember Hot Wheels.
Following the success of Barbie, Warner Brothers is currently meeting with directors for the live-action Hot Wheels movie.
Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
You go. Why is what?
Oh, I was just gonna say, why is it live action? Why is it not 3D? That would be far more fun for a Hot Wheels movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what it's going to be about, right? It's going to be about climate change and how gas cars are ruining the ozone.
Oh, they're going to be electric cars.
That's exactly what it's going to be about because Barbie had to be so message focused and shit. That's what this movie is going to be about.
Showing clips of all those children mining in these African countries for cobalt and
they will not.
And stuff.
They will.
Oh
not,
no, we conveniently forgot that.
Yes, they will.
Do you know what? I was in the shop a couple of days ago. This is a coincidence, and I saw a Hot Wheels car, right? And it looks like shit. I remember when I bought Hot Wheels car when I was a kid, right? The doors used to open, the trunk used to open, the engine used to open. You could, you see inside the car, it's got all that detail, and now they're just selling a chunk of plastic, aren't they?
That's
with wheels on it.
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous.
I remember the same thing too. They used to be really freaking cool.
Here you go, folks. Big supporter of this channel, Common People, for £10. That's real money, folks. Was watching Public Enemies. As soon as I saw the time, I paused it to jump on this.
Oh,
nice.
Thick
show. Mr. Brown, John Christopher Depp to Mon.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Brown, John Christopher Depp to Mon. Irie?
Yes.
And that's Clat.
Rasclat and Ting.
Was J.J. Abrams connected
Yeah,
with this.
I think he was meant to produce it or direct it.
Yeah,
Why is he not directing anymore?
Because he
he's
was shit
awful.
at it. He shit
Yeah,
at
Oh,
I was to say
has he
shit
been
at it.
found out?
Yes.
No, for sure. Yeah.
it. People found out about his stupid magic box, whatever it was called. Stupid idea. What a stupid idea.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should be an animated film. This should not be a live action. And if they do
Right.
make it a live action, it's probably just going to be a bootleg Fast and Furious film.
Yeah, I was going to
Oh, for
say,
sure.
I was just going to ask Z that. Z, why am I getting Fast and Furious vibes off this?
Don't know, because it's got wheels in it.
It's a racing. It's going to be a racing movie, right? And that's basically all racing movies more or less take the Fast and Furious formula, do it some way like that, right? So,
Yeah,
if you make
go ahead.
yeah, no,
Thinking Man's joke,
No, no,
Mr.
I was-
Bin, very good.
I was picking. I was interrupting you. You finish.
Oh no, go ahead. It's okay.
I was just gonna say, pick a really great racing movie. Just think of the first one that comes to your mind, and J.J. Abrams is involved, so they're just gonna copy that, but make it way shittier. That's exactly what's
There
gonna
you
happen.
go. Iceman asking the tough questions. Best J.J. Abrams film. There's none.
Mission Impossible 3.
I would agree, yeah, because I actually do like that movie. Yep.
Wasn't Cloverfield a J.J. Abrams movie?
No, that was
produced
Matt
it.
Reeves. That was
Yeah, he
Matt
produced
Reeves.
it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but I'm a fan of that whole monster found
I
footage
quite
genre.
like the second one as well.
Yeah.
Is that when we're locked in a thing?
Yeah, with
Yeah, Cloverfield Lane.
John
that
Goodman,
one,
yeah.
that one was good. I mean, it's just that only turned into a Cloverfield movie at the very last 5 minutes when the aliens showed up.
There was another Cloverfield 3, but I can't remember. I think it was set in
Paradox.
space.
Yeah, Paradox. Yeah, that one again. That was only
seen it.
a Cloverfield movie the last 2 seconds, and you're just okay.
There's another one in the works. I was looking at Matt Reeves's IMDb page earlier today, and there's another one coming.
Yeah.
Another Hot Wheels.
Batman?
No, another Cloverfield movie.
Oh, Cloverfield.
Oh,
Why
okay.
bother?
Yeah.
Why bother? Matt Reeves looks like he looks like
idiot.
I'm like an idiot.
no, he looks like who's the policeman in Batman?
Oh,
Commissioner Gordon. He looks like Commissioner Gordon in real
Oh, yeah,
life.
with the
a
big
white
tash
version
thing,
of
yeah,
Commissioner
yeah,
Gordon.
Yeah,
doesn't
with
he?
a real dumb face.
I'm rewatching the Batman, and I was looking at the
Oh.
other movie. I know, but I was looking at the other movies that he's done, and I'm just looking at the list. I'm just this guy has no unique style of direction at all.
Yeah, because he studied under J.J. Abrams, and J.J. Abrams is a hack. I'm telling you, J.J. Abrams tells all his pupils to watch a movie, copy it, but just add make it 30% different, so that way you can get
25%.
And that's
25%.
That's
Super right.
exactly what I was getting watching Batman. I was like, this feels like someone trying to copy David Fincher.
Yeah,
but really
exactly.
poorly.
Yeah.
Melvin Deeply says Super 8 was a good JJ. It was all right.
No, it was
It was
all right.
okay.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
It was just a copy of E.T. and
Yeah.
the Thing and loads of different things and especially with the town, it was like Poltergeist and stuff. So he picked up a lot of stuff from Spielberg and other films and stuff. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So chat's just saying he's a hack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lens flare. But anyway. Okay. Oppenheimer. Is it Oppenheimer?
Otterheimer.
Oppenheimer has joined the top 10 highest grossing R-rated movies of all time. I think it's crossed
Wow.
600 million, hasn't it? This
really,
Yes.
why did it get an R again? Was it because they were sitting naked in a chair talking to each
nudity.
other?
banging.
Is that it?
Yes, banging.
God,
Yes.
What a load of rubbish. Yeah.
There's a couple F-bombs in there as well,
Oh,
but
of course.
primarily the nudity.
That's hot.
That's hot.
Well, it does look hot because it does look hot there, doesn't it? All those clouds and stuff.
No,
Has everybody seen
that
it on the
too?
panel?
That too. I have
No.
not seen it. I have not
seen
seen it,
I've seen it.
but I want to.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
It's well worth seeing in the theater, Mad Cat.
Yes.
I do want to see it beforehand. it's hard to see a movie with my kids out of school. That's the
I
thing.
get you. I get you.
Apparently, it's the #1 film of Man's Chinese theatre of all time.
Oh, right on.
Man's Chinese
in,
theatre.
in Hollywood.
There used to be a
Yeah.
restaurant around my way. That used to be Man's Chinese.
Man's Chinese.
Yeah, man.
I don't think it's called Man's Chinese.
I don't think it is.
anymore. It used to be back in the day. It was called Man's Chinese Theatre, but it's
is it?
changed to something else now.
Oh, is it?
I think
Okay.
Disney or Warner's or somebody owns it.
Yeah.
Is it out in China, by the way, yet? Because I know it's rated, but I don't know if it's released.
Somebody in the chat, I saw that. Where is it? Here you go, Iceman. Yeah, I don't think it's out in China.
You know what?
yet.
I think it'll actually probably hit $1 billion if it releases in China, because also the most
hate
pirated
Japanese.
movie in China was a Christopher Nolan film as well, so they like him over there.
Plus,
Right
if
on.
they're blowing up Japan.
That too, history, but I was trying to leave that part
Yeah.
out.
Oh, I hate when people are like, "Oh, it brings back trauma." What from your past? Get out of here! You
You go,
weren't
I heard
alive.
it bombed in Japan. Jaden Smith eyes. It
That
did
joke's
twice.
been done to death.
Twice actually.
Right on, but it never gets old, in my opinion. I love that
Yeah.
joke.
Mons
Chinese
Bacon Theatre.
Yeah.
Ja, man. That's klart. Runtings. Okay. It's a great film. As we've said, if you've not watched it, folks, we think it's definitely worth 3 hours of your time, don't we, guys?
It is, and
Yes.
it's worth seeing in IMAX. See it in IMAX for the experience. That's what I
Mhm.
say. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, chat moved up. Asks, is Barbie in China? Is it? I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah, it's not doing so well in
Yeah.
the Asian market
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
not. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because it's a blonde chick, isn't it?
No, it's because everyone's picking up on the fucking messaging.
Oh,
For
right.
sure.
Yeah.
I think it got
Yeah.
banned also in one of the Arab countries.
Lebanon
Good.
is banning it
Yeah.
for being anti-family and promoting homosexuality.
Do you know what? Right. The Lord on this channel said that Barbie isn't taking the Mickey out of motherhood.
I
But
disagree.
it is though, because
Yeah.
I saw that scene where they're bashing. They're actually destroying baby toys. It's not like they're destroying Cindy or something
Right.
like that, and they're destroying babies like they're baby toys. So maybe he's wrong about that. I've not seen the film.
I
The
really-
Lord's wrong. What?
No, I
Yes.
don't know if he's wrong. Just saying.
No,
I-
he's flat out wrong on that. point.
Oh, is he? Well,
Wow.
explain
Yeah.
to me.
You heard it,
Bex.
folks.
Well, it's not.
Bex, explain.
Yeah, Bex,
Explain
go
why
ahead.
he's
You
wrong.
do it.
Yeah.
You do it.
Okay, so take the smashing Barbie doll or baby doll scene away from the very beginning. During the narration of that entire scene, it also takes a dig that girls were only allowed to be mothers. Okay, there's
Mhm.
number one.
Yeah.
Then there's Midge, the pregnant Barbie doll. Oh,
Yes.
nobody likes her, so we don't see her. Then you look at what's her name, Barbara or whatever, the maker of the Barbie doll.
Babs.
So she says that she named Barbie after her own daughter. Oh, no, sorry, Ruth. Ruth is her name.
Mhm.
And she named the Barbie doll after her own daughter, Barbara. And then she goes on, all I have left is my debt and my grandkids. And she says that motherhood is just mothers standing still, alluding to the fact that if you become a mother, you're never going to move forward in your life, which is a
Mhm.
straight dig right there as well.
Right.
So I was actually quite shocked that Platoon wasn't able to pick up on that. And I was actually saying the
right,
opposite,
okay.
because and then even if you look at the mother-daughter relationship, it doesn't actually get fixed by the end of the film. And the daughter is the reason that the mother is miserable in the first place. So on top of that, on top of making the daughter insufferable as it is, it's almost like if you become a mother, there's really no win-win, because you'll raise a miserable daughter, she'll make you depressed and have a midlife crisis, and on top of that, you're just going to have to stand still and let her do your own thing as you just support her the rest of the way. Like,
You know what? I hope the Lord is not listening to this.
Well, here you go. In the chat, breaking. Lord Chord gets destroyed by Mr. Brown Alliance panel for bad hot take on Barbie.
No. Don't blame it on us. Blame it on Vex. Good luck, Vex.
The Lord was wrong.
Vex, I'm behind you, because
There you go.
the Midge character, even at
Lord
one
doesn't
point,
care.
Will Ferrell's character even looks at her and goes, "Ew, get away from me, Midge, you're gross," or some crap like that. I can't remember. I only saw it the once. He like totally disses her, and I'm all like, yeah, I totally picked up on the anti-motherhood thing, and it really bothered me a lot leaving that
Yeah.
movie.
And the
And-
fact that
and- go ahead.
the fact that Asian markets are picking up on it and
Mm-hmm.
not buying into the Barbie shit is a huge sign right there that it's definitely
Yep.
there, because they have a very strong family unit in a lot of those communities, and they
Mhm.
pick up on all this Western bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why Avatar did well, because it had a strong family message. Just saying.
No, because they just like to see fucking monsters and shit on screen. That's why it
And it
does
had a-
well.
and it had a strong family message as well. by the
Oh,
way.
did it?
Yeah, good father role model. Yeah, instead of a hated
That makes
Alright.
sense.
father.
That makes
Alright.
sense.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's doing well, isn't it? It's going to do well. Do we think it's going to get a bill?
I mean,
Yeah.
If it goes to China, I think it will get really close to $1 billion.
Mm.
The Chinese market loves Christopher Nolan. That will be the only reason they will go see it. Like, history aside, all of that stuff, it's
Yeah.
just because it's Nolan.
right on.
There you go, folks. Vex has spoken. Should we move on?
Speak, Vex, speak.
Yep, definitely. That's great.
I'm in. Apparently, it's out next Easter. Everybody.
These
That'd be hilarious.
motherfucking people.
I'd watch this. I'm not gonna lie.
I would too.
That'd be so funny. If that
Oh,
happened.
so good. It's so good.
This would be better than that crap he came out with. Disney came out with.
This will be better than Cleopatra, at least. This makes more sense.
Speak of Vex.
Yeah.
Looks good though. I'd see it. I'd watch
would
that
as well.
for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
I'd
watch
buy that for $1. Z,
Yeah.
are you in? You'd buy that? You'd watch that?
Yeah, of course I would.
They're missing the trick, aren't they? They're
Absolutely.
definitely missing the trick.
So would his disciples be his 12 brothers?
Yeah, but it's 12
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
12 motherfuckers.
12
Yeah. That'd be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
What would be his disciples? What would they be called?
The 12
Daquan, Jamal.
Carrie.
Yeah. And the white guy would be
Judas. Obviously, Judas.
Right?
The honky would be Judas.
Yeah, but what would his name be? It'd be like some like Wesley or something.
Shut up, Wesley.
That'd be so funny. They should make that as a one of those spoof movies.
I'd
They should
watch
really
it.
do
I'd
that.
watch it.
I'd watch
Yeah,
it.
I'd watch it as a blaxploitation movie.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
That
wouldn't
would
it?
make that would make a ton of money. That would.
I would. Yeah, for sure.
Wayne
You could
Brothers.
have Honkiest Pilot. couldn't you?
Oh, yes, pilot.
That'd be so funny. It'll never be allowed though, unfortunately. But that'd be hilarious.
It would
That'd
be hilarious.
So funny.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
God.
I'm waiting for Tom Cruise as Martin Luther X. That'd be good.
It'd be good, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
I've
watch
been
all that
wanting that film for a long time, but yeah. So Netflix should make it.
Absolutely.
It would
Yeah.
be right in line with all of the other historical rewritings that they're
Mhm.
producing right now. So go ahead,
Mhm.
Netflix.
Yeah, do it.
I will say, obviously, that's AI that's created that.
Hmm
That's so funny there.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, let's move on.
hmm
Oh, what's this? What movie's the highest?
This was on the Twitter feed, so I just thought I'd put it in. This Bond movie is the highest rated broadcast movie in the UK of all time.
Oh,
It-
it's such a good film.
It brought in 20. I remember watching this. I think I probably would have been watching it. It brought in 23.5 million viewers on January 1980 for independent channel ITV. Does anybody know the name?
Live and
of
Let
this?
Die, obviously. It's such a great movie. It's the movie that Roger Moore debuted as James Bond in. In fact, I think he was in his 40s when he became. Was he in his 40s, Ian? I can't remember.
Early, yeah.
Early 40s when
yeah,
he
yeah.
became James Bond, and he was so different from Sean Connery. He made it his own, and the film is absolutely hilarious and thrilling at the same time. I just love this film. I think it's one of his bests. So that's just
You
me,
got
though.
Bishop, yeah, great theme tune as well.
It is, yeah.
Paul McCartney and Wings.
Yeah. Don't know if you guys like Bond films. I love Bond films.
This was his first one, then.
Yes,
it wasn't.
This was his first one.
All right. So the Golden Gun was the second one, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was.
Was a bit disappointing.
Yeah. But they rushed it though. After they made this one, which was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Something to do with the studio. They wanted another one right away, so they rushed around the Golden Gun. That's why it isn't so good. Around the Golden Gun. And plus, they were Broccoli's having problems with Saltzman. I think they split after this one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Here you go. Oh, God. Drew Gordon and the bus stunts in Jamaica.
That was great. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was that guy with the beard down there. His name is Whisper. He can only talk like this. That's why his name is Whisper in the film.
Ian, what do you think to this from Iceman? I've only seen Connery, Brosnan, and Craig Bond films.
Oh no, you're missing the best part of James Bond. You've got to see the Roger Moore ones, mate. Roger Moore ones are hilarious. I actually said on Brown Stream that I think they should be in a museum. They're so good. They're art. It's art. If you see Spy Love Me, that is freaking art right there, mate. I'm telling you.
There you go. Look, Spy Who Loved Me, such a fucking great.
It's such a great movie. Yeah, it is.
Iceman, your homework is to watch Roger Moore. Yeah. For me, I think Roger Moore is
He's the best Bond, hands down. Yeah. Best Bond of all of them. Sean Connery's a close tie.
Yeah. Connery's great. But maybe I was just a bit too young to appreciate Connery.
I think Connery's better, but they're both different. They're both very different. You know, Roger brought more of the humor into it, right? And he brought the suaveness. More suaveness came from Roger Moore than Sean Connery. So he's a completely different Bond to the Sean Connery Bond. So it's not right to say which one is better. But if I had to say which one's better, I'd say Connery was, because he was the first. That's all. Yeah.
James, I need you. So does England.
Brilliant stuff. Everything in Spy Love Me is a piece of art, as far as I'm concerned.
Here you go. Hooligan S3 for $10. Thank you, my friend. Up and away, Mr.
Kananga.
Balloon.
Kananga.
Yeah. Z, you partial to Roger Moore?
I love a bit of Roger Moore.
Ooh.
Favorite?
This is by far his best.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I think so. Well, that and View to a Kill.
Oh, you like View to a Kill?
I love View to a Kill.
He hated that one, Roger Moore. He said it was the worst one he ever made.
Really?
He said, because he didn't want to do it. But they offered him so much money because it was his last one. They offered him so much money. He said the moment he realized he should stop was when he realized that the girl that he was playing opposite, her mother was the same age as him, and that's when he realized he needed to stop. So there you go. Tanya Roberts, wasn't it?
The late Tanya Roberts.
Yeah, she died.
Here you go. Common People for £10. That's real money, folks. Sean Connery is the best Bond. I use real money, so I'm right. There you go, folks.
£10, real money.
There you go. Okay. Catty, have you seen any Bond films? You haven't, have you?
I have not, no.
Really?
I've seen clips and stuff. The one I might have seen, what's the one with Sean Connery and then the Asian guy with the hat and he throws it at a statue?
Goldfinger.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid watching that, but I don't really remember it all. I just remember that and the Asian guy chasing after him in a car. I'm sorry. Listen, I do want to watch that. Listen, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm sorry.
If you want to watch a James Bond film, a 70s James Bond film with all the 70s sprinkled all over it, watch Spy Love Me. You'd love it. Seriously.
Right on.
If you can settle that you know it was shot in the 70s and you know it's that kind of humor, you would just love it. Right.
Spy Love Me is fantastic.
Yeah, I would watch all of them. I just haven't, and I probably should. But
get them watched, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, even the bad ones, I'm pretty sure they're pretty great.
Okay, let's move on then.
Oh, God. What's this?
This was trending today. Stephen Moffat posted a picture on Instagram. Obviously, have a look at the background.
Yeah.
Doctor Who fans are convinced.
No, but that's not the TARDIS though. That's somewhere in Cardiff.
It's messaging though, isn't it? That's what they're saying.
Yeah. He's returning as what? What, Moffat or Matt Smith?
No, Moffat returning to probably pen some stories.
Right. Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind that. He's done some of the best Doctor Who stories. 11th Hour, which is one of my favourite Doctor Who episodes. Blink, Vincent and the Doctor.
Blink, great.
Heaven Sent. He's done some absolute roaring episodes, so it'll be fantastic if he does come back as a writer.
Yeah, I hope he comes back and he's not a hostage to the stupid woke rubbish. I hope he can just write what he wants to write.
Here you go. Smilex, I checked out after Tennant left. Oh my God.
That's a shame because Matt Smith is a storming Doctor.
He is,
some of the stories as well, like Blink. Oh.
Well, don't get mad at me. I've never seen Doctor Who either.
Sorry. Matt, say Doctor Who, Matt.
Doctor Who.
Doctor.
Well, it's funny because all of my siblings watched. Well, not anymore. My sister's the only one that still watches Doctor Who, but they all watch Doctor Who, and I'm the only one that hasn't. So they're all like,
I will just say to Smilex, you should check out Matt Smith. Really, really.
Yeah,
good.
Matt Smith is good.
Really good.
Yeah,
he went too early as well, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Don't they all only last 3 seasons?
No. Tom Baker lasted a long time as the Doctor,
okay.
But I think it started.
Where do you start? Because everybody tells me to start with Chris.
Yes, start with Chris. Start with Chris.
Yeah, don't skip 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's where everybody always said. But at the same time, there's so many to get through. Who's got
started
time?
in the 60s, didn't it? 64.
Yeah.
It started. So.
63.
Oh, 63.
Yeah, it's the 60th this year.
60th this year.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, we're all looking forward to that, aren't we, Ian?
Yeah, right. I do like
soon, isn't it? Yeah.
I did like Amy Pondo. Those legs go on forever, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's when we were allowed to like women in TV shows.
Mm-hmm. Karen Gillan was part of the reason why Matt Smith left, because she went over to Hollywood and she kind of enticed him to come over to Hollywood.
And he ended up doing Morbius. We all know how that went down, don't we?
And it didn't quite work out, did
I
it?
loved him in Morbius when he does that little dance. Oh my goodness, so good.
Genesis.
Also, it was supposed to be in Rise of Skywalker.
It was,
that didn't pan out either. And I think he had a cameo in one of the Terminator movies.
But the thing about Matt Smith is that he's one of those actors where people can see the quality of acting that he gives. So he will never ever be out of work. Yeah. There's something about some actors, like for instance, before Ryan Gosling became Ryan Gosling, they used to hire him because they knew they were going to get a good performance out of that guy. There was something about Ryan Gosling that if you were doing a serious movie or something that was going to make you would hire him, you'd try and get him. And Matt's got that kind of thing about him. Do you know what I mean?
You see him play Prince Philip in The Crown?
Yeah, he was
amazing.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it. I've seen clips, and I think, he's freaking amazing. So he is a very good actor. I don't think he's ever. He
was in House of the Dragon as well, wasn't it?
Yes, and he was good in that. Episodes I saw.
Yeah, and there's rumors that he's in the running on the short list for Mr. Fantastic. For the Fantastic.
We said that last week. Yeah. Here you go, Joe Darkness. Capaldi was done dirty.
He was.
Yeah, absolutely was. The moon is an egg. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Capaldi was fantastic. But anyway. Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes. Oh, what a punchable face that girl's got.
She just can't keep her mouth shut.
Can I say the C word, or is that still not allowed?
You can say
Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Yes.
All right. What
with a gap in between each word.
Okay. What a ripe country bitch this little girl. My goodness. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine being this narcissistic and bubble-headed going into something as iconic as fucking Snow White and saying the shit that she's saying in fucking interviews. Like, this
triggered everybody.
actually upsets me.
Yeah.
This is not going to be in the cinema. This is going to be on Disney Plus. I guarantee it.
I hope they can it and just take the
Sorry,
tax
everybody.
right off.
Just Canada at this point. It's dead on arrival, regardless of where it goes.
Yeah, I
She
agree.
was going to be the candidate for getting the bin, but she's already been in one of the weeks, hasn't she?
Yeah.
One of the previous.
But they're not
weeks.
doing anything anyway because everybody's on strike. So, it's just it's not going anywhere. And also, this girl, they should really put a gag on her. They really
Oh,
should.
yes, please.
Seriously. They really should.
In the
A
chat.
gag order or something to stop her
Profanity
from
Vex
talking.
is here at last. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, they really should read the writing on the wall. This movie has had so many problems before this that I think that it's just doomed no matter what. God has spoken, and He does not want this movie to be made. So,
Oh, sorry, folks. I should have put her in the bin twice. It's too easy, though, isn't it?
She's a pretty girl, though. It's just a
yeah,
shame
and
that
she was like, I followed her on Instagram before
I
this.
don't
'cause
know.
she's-
Is she?
Well, I think she's pretty, and she can
she's
sing,
pretty.
and she's a good actress.
Colombian, apparently.
Yeah, and she was very into like the whole theater
me?
thing, but she's just an idiot. She's like Brie Larson. She doesn't know when to shut her. That's what's wrong with bitches sometimes. They don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Yes,
Hey, do you know-
agreed.
in the cartoon, right? They have that song "Whistle While You Work" where she's sweeping and cleaning the dishes. I bet that's not going to be
Woman's
in the movie.
working. Yeah.
That's definitely not going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Well, according to her, she said the new Snow White says Zelga. It's Zegler, isn't it? The prince was a creepy stalker
Yeah.
of the
She's-
original story. What the?
Yeah,
You
she's
dumb
stupid.
fucking bitch. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No,
Bad.
don't shh me. Don't shh me. God, fuck this girl. Who gave this girl a career? She's absolutely insufferable. Why would
She
you
is.
put this girl out in the wild when you have a major motion picture coming to most likely theaters? Let's face it, it's Snow White, okay? Why would you let this girl walk around at all? Like, she's killed any interest even people that are gonna hate this movie are gonna have in it. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
the prince was a creep, bitch. He brings you back to life. What do
Right.
you mean?
Right.
Well, I think the Colombian powder will bring her back to life.
Oh my god.
I think she's been snorting too much of the national delicacy, as it were. What do you think?
What's the national?
And I bet you any money that
Colombia,
the-
isn't it?
the evil princess is not going to be that evil, and she's going to end up being good at the end. I bet you. I bet that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's gonna be so stupid. That's why I think they should just shelve it, get the tax write off because they haven't promoted this in any way, shape, or form, and get the money for it because it's nobody's interested in this and it's already doomed. So
And what the hell? They've got Gal Gadot as the evil prince.
Yeah.
And she's hotter than this fucking.
She's
square
hotter than
eyed-
her.
My god.
she is hotter. She's so hot.
How would
This-
she ever
And
be jealous
nicer.
of this scab?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh. Anyway, she's 22.
Yeah,
she's-
22-year-olds are stupid.
I think you know everything.
It's a shame, really. It's a shame because this film could have been really good if they did it properly. It's just
Yeah, now we're gonna watch this and think that what was that girl in Twilight? Her fucking Snow White movie is gonna be better than this. When Thor was
Snow
in
White
it.
and the Huntsman.
Yeah, that movie's gonna be better than this bullshit. I bet you. Because at least that had dwarves. It had littles in it. Nobody's interested in this bullshit. I can tell you right now.
Jaden Smith eyes. If she were young, dumb, and full of that, I can guarantee you she'd be making a lot more sense because a woman that gets dick doesn't sound this fucking stupid.
That's
Okay,
true. That's
let's
true.
move on.
Dick is good for women.
Not all women.
I know it's good for all women.
Come
They
on.
just don't know yet.
Come on, Matthew. You know,
I get what you're saying.
let's move on.
Oh, okay.
I was just on a stream last night. We reviewed this movie. This movie is excellent.
Oh, was it Dark Hour?
Dark Hour
What's
Street.
What's
Yeah,
the movie?
yeah.
What's the movie?
The
Very
Uninspired Hour. It was Dark Hour and the Uninspired Reviewer, and we
Yeah.
reviewed this movie. I watched it twice to prepare. It
15
was so
years
good.
ago. Fucking hell.
Yeah. It was
Oh.
This movie is so much fun. If you have not watched this recently, I say go watch. I watched it twice for the to bone up for the review, and I had so much fun watching it both times. I laughed so hard. It's a great movie. It's great. I love
It's
this
aged
movie.
beautifully.
Yeah,
like
it's so good.
I would argue the last true comedy because there's no messaging, there's no bars held. They
Mhm.
make fun of everything, and
Yes.
everyone is okay with it.
And
Like,
Didn't
and the-
Jack Black get hit by something in this film in real life? He got hit by the big cow or wherever it was. in
if he
this
did,
movie.
I don't know. 'cause
Yeah,
I-
he was telling the story on Graham Norton that
Oh.
he got hit by. There's a scene because I've never seen this film. Tell you the truth, I want to.
What?
I've never seen it. No.
oh, you need to watch this
Ben-
ASAP.
In the
Yeah,
bin.
yeah, you're gonna
Ben-
love it. This
Ben-
and even Uninspired Reviewer and Copa was saying how it even has like an underlying message about how Hollywood is nothing but lies, and I was like, I didn't even get that at all. I'm like, you guys are so good at this because I was just laughing my dick off, like, let alone the messages it was giving me that are so true. I was
dear.
like, oh, it's so good. It's
You've ignited the chats, Ian.
Oh,
That's as I said, my geek badge has been
Your
revoked.
cred is
Yeah.
gone. It's okay.
gone.
I mean, I haven't watched Bond. You haven't watched, Tropic Thunder. We're
I've seen
both-
clips. Obviously, I've seen the Tom Cruise scene. And
Yeah,
I've
never
seen
go
clips
full
and stuff
re-
like
Yeah.
Honestly, you're someone who works in the industry, so I think you especially will have like even more appreciation for it.
Mhm.
All
Because
right,
yeah.
okay.
It's really, really
It's
good.
really good.
What do you mean,
again-
you people?
What do you mean, you people? What?
Robert
Again, I
Downey.
love it.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, go on, go on.
Mega
I was gonna say
bin.
Robert Downey Jr. was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role in this movie
Wow.
at the Oscars, and he lost out to Heath Ledger for his Joker performance.
Yeah,
so
just because he died.
just
The thing is that he was interviewed on Joe Rogan, and they asked him about, "Are you ashamed of playing that?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "His wife is the
Yeah.
one that convinced him to do it." So there you go. So.
And he shouldn't
Good
be
wife.
he shouldn't be ashamed of playing. It's such a good role, and it's fun, and I honestly believe that if you like, I know they say you couldn't make this movie today, but I'm all like, I don't know, try it. Maybe you could, because I feel like people are so want movies like this now that I think you could make something like
Yeah,
this.
but the
and people would go
2%
for
of the
it.
Rainbow Warriors or whatever.
Well, tell them to come to my house. Tell them to step up. We'll talk about it. But I'm only telling you once with my mouth. The second time is with my fist. Let's do it.
I tell you, right, I didn't realize how many stars was in this film either.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
looking at the
yeah.
clips and stuff. Yeah.
I have a confession. I did go to the cinema, the theatre to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I liked it, but it was 15 years ago. I've never seen it since. Perhaps I should revisit.
You
it's
should.
worth the
And-
revisit.
Yeah,
Like,
and
really
you-
was
you-
aged
you-
beautifully.
Yeah, and you liked it. There's no way you couldn't like this movie. I don't know one person that doesn't like this movie. And if you do watch this movie and you don't like it, you have a character flaw, and I can't help you. So,
May I do a super chat?
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
What a fucking super chat. Here we go. Big supporter of this channel, Nikki Rellahan, for
Wow.
£100. Fucking hell.
British
That's
money, real money.
Yep. Listen. Real
listen,
money.
Listen.
don't turn down the money.
Are you gonna say
Honey.
it with the full infliction as well, Brown?
Do
I
it.
know it's said in the movie. How do they say it in the movie? I can't remember.
Never go full retard.
Yeah, never go full retard.
I know who I am. I'm a guy. What does he say? I'm a guy playing another guy, pretending to be another guy. Oh, I can't remember. I'm stupid.
No, it's I don't. You're onto it. That's more or less what he says. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then his next film was Iron Man, wasn't it?
No, Iron Man was before this. It was they
Oh, was
released
it?
in the same year. Released the same year.
Mm-hmm.
Why was I thinking this was out before Iron Man though?
Because it was the same year, and it's not like that's a hard thing to think.
I mean, Iron Man would have been only 2 or 3 months before this, actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
Iron Man was May 2008.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good year
Yeah.
for Downey Jr. then 2008.
Year his career came back. There you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Wow. I would say wow on both scores. Robert Downey, just brilliant. And £100. Cheers, Nikki.
Yeah, he used to be brilliant. Now he's just a dick.
He used to be brilliant.
Yeah, now he's just an asshole.
Is he?
Yeah, if you watch him in an interview, he's so pretentious.
You've not watched Oppenheimer, have you?
He may be still a good actor, but I mean, like, he's so fucking pretentious, and I can't stand him as a person. Like, he's such
Charm is gone. Basically.
Yeah, he's such a dickhole now. Like, I've had enough of him. But he can be in more movies. I'll watch, like, Oppenheimer. I'm pretty sure he's good in Oppenheimer. I don't want to see any more interviews with him because he just upsets me.
Never go full retarded,
Yeah, never.
Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Irene, Raspats, Runtings. Okay, so I think I'm going to watch that this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget Tom Cruise as Les Grossman.
Yeah, he was great. My
Yeah,
favorite
he's great.
character. Yeah.
Yeah, get it watched in. Anyway, okay, let's move on.
will.
Let's move on.
Oh my God.
Did anybody see this? This posted literally just before we came on. Somebody's done a artificial intelligence render of
John Lennon.
doing a song.
Wow.
They've
Fucking
done this
hell.
with Michael Jackson
It's
as
fucking
well.
incredible.
Is it
Frank
good?
Sinatra.
Is it one of his older songs, or is it a new song? Because I,
think
love
it was a made-up song.
because I love the Beatles are my favorite band ever of all time.
It was incredible.
So I would totally go and watch this. I have to hold on. Let me write that. Is this a video on Ollie London's?
Ollie
Twitter?
London. Yeah.
All right, let me go and find it, and I'll save it so I can watch it after this. Because I love the Beatles. They are my favorite band. I love
Obviously,
them so much.
this is going back to. Is I would say maybe not quite at the moment, but maybe in a 2-3 years time, once the technology is even better, we're going to be seeing these long dead stars in movies.
I have to say, a small piece of me, this makes me sad, only because I don't like the Beatles are so like they hold a place near and dear to my heart that I don't want all of this generated stuff of what they could have done. I just want what they did because I love it so much that I'm just like, I don't want you to make up something that they didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I am gonna listen to this and. I might take it back after I listen
I
to
agree
this.
with you. It's scary because then this probably will lead down the road to, oh, well, music just won't require actual singers anymore because you could just AI generate a
musicians.
voice. Yeah. You won't need an orchestra. You won't need band players. I think we're already at the point where it's like they're not even touring. Like the Spice
Mind-blowing.
Girls, their last tour was ABBA. ABBA went back
ABBA.
on tour and they did it all with projections. The singers weren't even there.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, but
Yeah.
they did the motion capture stuff for ILM, so they were involved in doing it with the ABBA stuff.
Yeah, and apparently it looks like they were actually there. Apparently, so
Well,
it's a huge hit. It's a huge hit. I mean, it's sold out for a year now, I think.
I was looking to buy tickets for that until I saw the whole AI thing. I was like, I don't want to pay to
Yeah.
see that. I want to see everyone on stage if possible.
And
Yeah, but they're really old, Vex. They're so old.
Then don't fucking tour. There you go.
well, that's the thing. You see, they worked around it, haven't they? So, and also, it really does look like they're on stage. So, I don't know.
I mean, some of these things are really, really good. If you could share my screen, Brown, you could probably get away with a few 30 seconds of this without any hits at all because it's an original composition.
Well, are you sure?
Yeah.
You'll get-
No, it
Are you
won't. 'Cause
sure?
it doesn't match the original.
He's
Well, I don't want to
love
risk
John
it, to be
Lennon.
fair.
All right,
I
I'll
think-
play it
God, I
afterwards.
love
then.
John Lennon. He's so
I think
great.
John Lennon's amazing.
He is
when
amazing.
He's alive. Yeah.
Let me put a
Yeah.
link in the chat to.
I
Yeah,
love-
that'd be a lot easier.
I love
Sorry,
all
guys.
the Beatles. I even love their solo stuff. Like they are just so. I love them so much. They're great. They're great.
I've got all the Beatles albums on on vinyl.
Oh, I don't have them on vinyl. I don't like vinyl, but I have them. God, I remember my first Beatles album. It's so stupid because I only found them in high school. I was a freshman, and they released their #1 hits album, and I got it and I listened to it so many times, and then I went and bought every single album, all their solo shit, every single album they made, and I just listened to them like on a loop for like ever. It was so good. I love them so much. They're great.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Smilex. If Lennon was still alive, he'd be insufferable.
Probably.
No, I don't know. I think he always fought for peace, didn't he? He was all about peace and harmony
True.
and stuff like that. And I remember I don't know if it's true, but they had a film of the Beatles. It wasn't a very good film, but there was that scene in it where the manager told John Lennon he was gay. And John Lennon's response was, apparently, he said this to him in real life, the more love in the world, the better. And that was his response. So there you go.
Yeah, they were just great. I love them.
I'll agree with that,
And
especially
then Yoko
now.
Ono had to come around and be like, "Ah, la, 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 no, shut up, bitch. Nobody cares."
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Check it out, folks. It's really
Yeah, I
great.
bookmarked it. I'm gonna
Ollie
watch it.
London, folks,
Yeah,
on the twats.
He's not here.
Da-da-da.
Get in the bin.
In the bin.
Lee's not here. Where is Lee when you
the
need
bin.
him?
He's not.
in
He's
the
not
bin.
feeling well.
He's had flu. I think he's had the flu.
Oh, I see. Oh, hope he
Yeah,
gets
he's had
better.
the flu.
Hope he gets better.
Yeah, I gave
Okay.
it to him.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Okay,
sent. I
so-
sent it. I
Been a
sent
big
it to
kiss
him.
in him.
I sent it to him over the chat.
All right.
So,
Okay.
any guesses for in the bin? Anybody?
I was.
Probably me.
British.
I would have said Rachel Ziegler, but we already talked about her.
Yeah, but she's
so-
been in before.
Oh,
unless
has
if we
she?
open it up, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys wasn't she on in there
Snow
last
White.
week? Yeah.
Yeah.
Snow White.
Hold on, I'm thinking, which is
Is
hard.
it would it be an American or is it a Brit?
Do you know, I can't remember.
Oh, just
Oops.
show me. I'm bad at guessing games.
Okay, let's just. This week's in the bin.
Is or what?
Oh yeah.
The Witcher people are stupid, aren't they? They really are stupid.
I don't know who the executive person was because I couldn't even
It's
be
a
asked.
woman. I can't
Yeah.
remember what her name is.
The-
Laura something, I think.
The Witcher executive producer says recasting Geralt was inevitable because the character is now on the level of Batman, Superman, and James Bond.
What a dumb fucking thing to say.
These women in these like casting couch, like these casting positions or producing, they're literally doing us no favors because
Right.
all this is doing is making people regret putting women in charge of stuff in
Oh,
Hollywood.
here you
In
go.
all honesty,
That's so true.
yeah, there we go. There's her name.
Yeah, I mean, don't get
Sounds
me-
like the Budweiser woman.
Yeah,
As
like
well.
Geralt
Double
has
barrel.
always been a singular person. He's not a code name for anything. He's not like an alter ego. He's always been consistently in the books and in the games. One guy, one look, one voice. Recasting him, like that's
But you can't compare him to Bond, Batman, or Superman because they've been out for years and years and
Yeah.
years. So
Mhm.
the Witcher TV series has only been out for so long. So it's to replace him now is madness, and we know why you're replacing him because he does not agree with what you're doing with the show. That's why
Yeah.
you've replaced him. So
Because he
you know.
basically told him to fuck
Don't
off.
piss down my back and tell me it's raining. Sorry.
Exactly.
Carry
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Z, any thoughts?
Well, I stopped watching after season 2 when we found out that Henry Cavill was leaving the show due to creative differences, and she came out and went, "Oh, he's just difficult to work with." But he wasn't. He just wanted to honour the
Professional.
source material.
Professional.
Mhm.
You know, he wanted it to be the best it could be. He's fluent in the books and the games.
Mhm.
You know, he did the whole thing with Roach, who said, "No, don't treat the horse's death like a joke."
Right.
And apparently, that's being difficult. So she can go fuck herself.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, as somebody that did not read the books or play the video games, this third season, I have no idea what's going. I am so confused. I was like, who wrote this? Because it feels like a completely different show. I have no idea what's going on. There's some council of wizards or some shit, and I'm all like, when did these assholes show up? There's some ring wraiths in there. I was like, I must have missed this. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. I feel bad for Henry Cavill because he had to deal with this bullshit.
Absolutely. I mean, the show is called The Witcher. Make it about The Witcher, not about Ciri and Yennefer. It's not their fucking story. It's his.
And that's the point that I'm surprised it took so many people. Like, let's face it took a lot of the viewers for the show a while to pick up on the fact that this is a Yennefer and Ciri show and not a Witcher show. The entire
what a surprise.
2/3 of the first season was dedicated to Yennefer's backstory. And the show is called The Witcher. The show is shite from the beginning. I'm saying it loud and proud. Like, this was doomed from the beginning. They rushed through the first season. They rushed through all the character development so they could have all these complicated arcs later. They didn't give Geralt the best introduction as a character that, let's face it, most people are not familiar with, like Batman or anything. They didn't develop his character well. They made Yennefer a whiny, dumb bitch. They did the same thing to Ciri. And now it's just going to be the Ciri show come season 4 anyways. Like, oh my God. Like, there's so much missed potential here. This really could have been, like, the next Lord of the Rings-esque kind of thing. This is the level of popularity the show could have reached if they had just done the source material a fraction of justice. Just a fraction.
But other than that, you liked it though, didn't you?
I only watched it for Henry Cavill. And the second season was so fucking boring, I couldn't even watch it for just him.
There you go,
oh
folks.
My God.
Okay, so this week's nomination for In the Bin is Lauren Schmidt. Hisrich?
Schmidt.
In the bin.
In the fucking bin. What a disgrace to have your IP ripped and torn apart and literally shat on by a bunch of ESG feminists for the sake of messaging. Like, I truly, as a creator, I would be insulted if someone took my IP and did what they did to The Witcher. This is disgusting. Disgusting.
Speak it, sister.
Yeah.
I do feel Vex has spoken, ladies and gentlemen. Vex.
Just kicked it out there, mate.
Vex.
R.I.P. Cavulon, I think is what Black Lives Matter.
Vex has spoken, everybody. Smoke that in your pipe. Shall we move on?
Put that in your pipe and
smoke it.
And finally. William Friedkin.
This was a shame. Yeah.
Billy Friedkin. I actually met him. Nice guy. Lovely guy.
He seems kind of young. Like 87 feels kind of young. What did he pass away from? Or was it natural causes?
Didn't go that far. Sorry.
I don't know what he died of, but he's old school director. He's one of those directors that used every trick in the book to actually make a performance better than it was. And I shit you not, there's a scene in Exorcist where the main priest is listening to a recording and the phone rings and he's meant to jump. And you know how he made him jump? He had a shotgun and he fired it in the background, and that's why the actor jumped so high in the film. He literally used a shotgun to make him jump.
He died from a combination of heart failure and pneummonia.
I was just reading that.
I was looking.
Old school director, fantastic director.
87's a good age.
Yeah,
it is, but still, I guess because people are living a lot longer now, right? So it feels kind of young, especially for something like that.
Yeah. But he was such a great director. I remember listening to him talk, and he said that he was looking for a job and he went into the wrong place, and the guy said, "Oh, so do you want to make films?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm in the wrong place." And then he said to him, "Well, sit down. Maybe I can talk you into it." And that was during what I think it was the 60s, beginning 60s. So that's how he got started by accident. so there you go.
Okay, so favorites Friedkin film, Z?
It's got to be The Exorcist.
For what reasons? Well, we know, but
Because it's so bloody iconic. It's brilliant.
yeah,
It's a genuinely scary movie, and
Yeah.
every single shot is just so masterful. It's
Yeah.
you just
Totally
can't
agree.
compare it.
Yeah.
Vex,
Totally agree.
same questions.
Yeah, I'm also going to have to say The Exorcist. It has aged beautifully. It's absolutely iconic. It's the inspiration and one of the big movies that drives modern horror in the direction it's gone. The Exorcist, hands down. Hands down.
Ian?
Got to be The Exorcist. The Exorcist
What?
is a genius piece of filmmaking. He had a composer, and they composed music to the film, and he just said that shit, and he chucked it all out. So the film doesn't have any music whatsoever, apart from the sting in the beginning
Yeah.
and the classical tune at the ending. It has well, apart from Tuba the Bells
Mike,
when the
yeah,
nuns
yeah,
are running.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
about it. But it doesn't have an orchestral score in the whole film, and that made it even worse. The dread of the whole thing that was happening in the
Or
film.
better.
Actually, yes, I'm saying it made the
Yeah.
dread of the film worse because it came across as real. Everything came across as real. And there's one bit that scares me, and it's not about the vomiting of the pea soup or her head spinning around or her doing, sticking the cross in or whatever. It's the bit, I don't know if you guys remember the film. It's the bit where he's in Iraq and he's talking to this guy, and the guy says to him, and he looks at the little statue of Pazuzu, and the guy says to him, evil versus evil, and the clock stops. It goes tick, 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 and it stops. That scared the crap out of me. Out of everything in that movie, that bit was the only bit that really did get to me for some reason. I don't know why, but it did. So anyway, I'll stop there.
Catty?
Well, I want to be honest with you. I'm going to say The Exorcist because that's the only movie that I know that he did. So
He
The
did French
Exorcist.
Connection.
French
Yeah.
Connection.
I
Live and
haven't
Die in
seen
LA.
I love
Live
that
and Die in
film.
LA. Yeah,
I haven't seen either one of those.
To
Sorry.
Live and Die in LA is one of my top 10 films. For some
12
reason,
Angry Men.
I just love it.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did 12 Angry Men?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
maybe
the
I'll-
remake.
Oh, the remake.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did the remake.
He didn't do the. Did he? He didn't do the 1957
No, he didn't, no.
one.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
his was the 1997 one.
Okay. Well, I'll say The Exorcist then. Yeah.
Here you go, folks. John Z, was it John Z? Live and Die in LA was a real good movie. Yeah, I really do like that film. Yeah, great movie.
He's a great director. He was a great director. Shut up. But he's one of the best. Old school directors.
He believed in one take as well, didn't he?
No, he didn't. That's not true.
No?
No, that's not true at all. The guy would drive people crazy. He was a real bastard on set, apparently. So there's let me explain this scene. So there's this scene in The Exorcist, and I don't know if you've heard this story where the priest who takes on the demon and he throws himself through the window and he falls down the steps. Do you remember that scene, guys?
Yeah,
He falls down the
yeah.
steps.
Yes.
So at the ending, he's on the steps and he's bleeding and he's dying, and the priest comes along and he gives him his last rites, right, in the film. But in the film, it was 4:00 in the morning. It was freezing. It was Georgetown, and so William Friedkin went up to the priest, who's a real priest, and said to him, "Well, you see your friend, he's dying. You give him the last rites, and we shoot it." And so they do it, and they do it like five times. And William Friedkin goes, "It's not working. That's your best friend there. You're supposed to be distraught." And the guy says, "Look, I'm not an actor. I'm a priest. I'm a priest. I can't do that." So William Friedkin said to him, "Do you trust me?" And the priest says, "Yes." And then he gives this sign to the cameraman. The cameraman starts rolling. And he says, "Do you really trust me?" And the priest goes, "Yes." So William Friedkin slapped him round the face and said, "Do it now." And in the film, when his hand is shaking, it's because William Friedkin slapped him round the face. And that is a true story. That is a true story.
I didn't know
That's
that.
actually what he
Wow.
did. That's actually what he did to him on set. So William Friedkin comes from a different way of directing, definitely. So
What, physical
Hellraiser.
assault?
yeah, he would have got arrested today. But yeah. So there you
Okay, so rest in peace, Mr. Friedkin.
Yeah, rest in
yes.
peace.
go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think that is it.
It's a shame.
just a quick reminder, RoboCop Wednesday.
Oh, yay.
We're going to buy that for $1.
Oh, yes. We're going to start seeing some gore now. Yes. So that's Wednesday, folks. So
yeah,
that is it. That is it, folks. I will thank the chat. Chat, you are wonderful.
You are wonderful, chat.
Mwah, chat.
Fantastic interaction as always. And amazing super chats as well. Wow. Thank you, peeps. I'm truly blessed. So, chat, we will see you next time. I will thank the guests. MattCat83.
Oh, thank you for having me. I always have a good time with you guys.
Great to have you on, mates. The Mega Geek, Mr. Ian David Diaz.
Yep. It's been great. No.
Cheers, Ian.
Where's the ice?
Vex Electronica.
Always an absolute pleasure. Mwah.
Great to have you on.
See you next Tuesday.
Great to have you on, yes. And last but by no means least, the golden reach around droid of choice, Z3PO.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you to the rest of the panel members. And of course, all you lovely people in chat. I owe you all a blowjob.
Oh, yes. That is it then, folks. I think, well, I don't know. I assume B-Sup is doing, the Lord and Blue Man are doing their thing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, probably, yeah. Tomorrow.
We're back Wednesday. Yes. RoboCop. Yes. Come on. If we don't see you tomorrow or Wednesday, we will see you next weekend. We may be doing a double shift of RoboCop this week. So possibly Saturday for that. We don't know yet because Ahsoka is a week on Wednesday. So we've got to kind of
gotta kind of wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay. So that is it. If we don't see you during the week, have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Timing.
Good night, man.
My time.
Yeah, man.